But so he says, we did this apply. He says, so I did, and at the end of that, those two, originally.
All rise for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, John.
Ron? Here. Nicole?
Here.
Dave? Here. Carolyn?
Here.
Deb?
Here. Do we have any visitors for public comment?
I do.
Okay.
I'm Mike Lang. I've lived in this township for 53 years. I live over on East Roman Road, east of Galvin. Been there 37 years. We have 7 other residents that live on that road. And I'm here to bring the attention to yous all, which you probably all know already, because I've talked to yous about the condition of that road. That road is completely unacceptable. Any one of yous can take a drive down that road right now and go look at the condition of that road. It's pitiful. There's not one of you that would stand for that if you had to drive down that every day. Potholes all over the freaking place. Every spring, you get thawing of the ground. Frost comes out. Then you get the rains. Well, if you've ever been down there, there's trees on the south side of that road down there. It's all woods. It doesn't get any sun. Okay? There's no chance that road can dry out until you get a drought. And if it does dry out, it starts all over again. It's just mud. You can't wash your vehicle and go down the road. Ever. Because it's just a mess. Constantly. I mean, there's 6-7 inch potholes there that evidently the grader guy thinks that they're gonna, he fixes up just by running loose gravel over top and bottom of holes. Anybody in the right mind knows that don't work. A day later, the stuff is gone. It's out of there. I've been here 37 years, and the traffic on that road has increased unbelievably. I don't even bother washing my windows anymore because it don't pay. There's no oil that gets put on that thing, and when it does, it's very irregular. So it's nothing but dust. Dust, potholes. It ain't even safe. It ain't even safe to walk down that road. It ain't even safe to ride a bike down that road. And I'll tell you what, the township is liable for injury for a non-maintained road. That's right in the state statutes. So if this keeps up, somebody gets hurt, I don't think you'd like to see the result of it. None whatsoever. At all. So I am bringing it to your attention that I would like something done with it, and I think something should be done with it. Blacktop, chip seal, or whatever. But the problem is, I get a lot of conflicting information here. Last fall, when the news bulletin came out stating that culverts were going to be put in for Roman Road because the chip sealing was going to be done, right? My culvert got changed out. And I thought, oh, finally they're going to do something because that's what it said in the newsletter. Well, culvert only made things worse. It's worse now than it ever was, of course. So I thought, great. So I decided to go visit Chairman Durfus. And I stopped in and talked to you, and I reminded you that about 3 years ago when you ran for office that I had met up with you and asked you if there's something we could do about this road. And I explained to you all the situation behind it and everything. And you told me that yeah, within the next 3 years, something should get, you
No, I
know,
told you I would bring it to the board.
bring it to the board, okay, bring it to the board, that's fine, okay. Well, evidently, nothing happened. And well, basically, first thing I asked you was when my side of the road was gonna get done. So we could
And I
prepare
said,
for it.
I told you that. it's
And
a
you
board
told me
decision.
that, no, your side isn't getting done, just my side. Well, how convenient. It seems like all the board members, a lot of the board members, you gotta be a board member in order to get your road fixed around this place. Okay? So I said, really? I says, I asked you 3 years ago to do this. Yeah, I've been trying, but I get voted down.
Which I did. I
Okay?
did bring Roman to the board's
I
attention.
get voted down. Then you went on to say that you tried desperately to get my road included in
This last year.
the last year's project going from McMilllan up to E, so that the whole works was done from step to E. I told her BS. I don't believe it. She says, call the board members and ask them. I did. Supervisor Swenson, do you remember when I called you last fall and asked you if you ever heard anything about my road being brought up to have any improvements done on it, and what you tell me?
I think I told you that it was gonna be west of Galvin.
Pardon?
I think I told you it was gonna be west of Galvin, didn't
No, I asked you if you ever heard through your meetings, okay, your highway meetings or whatever meetings you had, did you ever hear that my road, or talk about it, that my road would be for improvements?
I? That's my recollection.
And you told me no. You said you never heard that,
We
right?
didn't talk about it because the other ones that
You-
raked ahead of it for more.
We talked about it. I asked you if you ever heard about it. And you said no.
We
Do
did
you stand
discuss
ba-
it.
do you
We
stand
did
behind that?
discuss How far.
You stand behind that answer?
Yeah.
Yes, you do. Okay,
What did you say that?
okay.
I said, we did discuss. it.
Supervisor Bauer, I called you the same. Asked you the same question. I asked you if you heard in any of your meetings ever talked about my road, East Roman Road, being talked about for improvements to asphalt or chip seal. You told me no. Do you stand by that?
Yes.
Supervisor Frost, did I pronounce it right? Forrest? I'm sorry.
It's all right.
Okay, I called you as well. I'm sure you recall. Yep. Asked you the same question. Did you ever hear at any of the meetings it discussed, brought up, voted on, talked about my road being something done with it?
And I had said I'm not on the highway committee, so I was not at all those
Right?
meetings, is what
But
I had
have you,
said.
did you hear anything?
Other than when we discussed the roads,
Right.
not specifically to Mike Lane's road, no.
Well, you never heard it discussed.
Well,
The
this was how
improvements in my
long
road.
So I
ago?
was the only one.
Yeah.
Well, that's what you told me. You
No,
told me no.
I said we talked about a lot of roads, and I said I don't recall. Remember? This was how many, this was last summer.
It was last fall, and I remember real clearly. You told me no, you never heard it in the board meetings or anything, of anything being done with my road.
Well, and I just said,
Supervisor Opitz, I called you same day. And what was your answer to it? Did you ever discuss, did you ever hear anything about my road being included in road projects?
We did not, I told you no, we had not discussed that.
Ever.
In
Ever.
the,
Never been discussed.
I don't know about ever, but not recently for
Not
this, for
recently.
this one that was gonna be done, I said, no, we were not, that road was not discussed.
Okay. So Chairman Dervis, how is it that all
the rest
four,
of them,
all
they
four
don't believe
members
that I
here
discussed it, and I don't-
are saying exactly opposite of what you
Well,
told me?
Obviously, I'm the only one that remembers it, because Dave and I talked about it, and he had even asked me.
Well,
Let me
obviously,
finish.
Go ahead.
Dad asked me, how far did you want to chip seal it? Because of Kenny C. Haber's property down there. So it was discussed.
Dave, you just told me you never heard anything about it.
We discussed a lot of roads, Mike, and again, it has to be boiled down to priorities.
That's not what I'm asking.
All right, Mike, we're done.
Not what
Does
I'm
anybody
asking.
else have any comments?
Okay?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, George.
Lang, why don't you enlighten these people about what a delight you were when you came over to our house and called the board members, my wife, a bunch of names, and I kicked your dead ass off the property. Do you recall
I
that?
left George.
I kicked your ass off of the property after Bruce moved his vehicle.
George, George,
Yeah, tell them about that one. Tell them about that with the language.
George,
Yeah.
Heidi, knock it off. Heidi.
Okay, so, I just read it up, I'll just read it quick. I want to bring up the same thing that I brought up on last month's board meeting, and hopefully, I think it was misunderstood, and hopefully we taken care of in one of the agenda items tonight. I think it would be, so both Deb and Dave are appointed on the agenda for the wind farms back in May and June of 2023. Being that McMillan is now part of a potential Alliant wind project, I would encourage the board to add renewable energy as a recurring monthly board agenda item to cover industrial wind, solar, and battery storage, and maybe the transmission line concerns too. I also see on the agenda tonight the attorney access, which I'm hoping, based off of Deb, your comment from last month, will allow the supervisors to be allowed to get advice from our attorneys. Whenever there are discussions or meetings with any attorney related to renewable energy, both Deb and Dave should be present at the meeting and for discussions. Then, for full transparency and trust of the residents, the minutes, notes, and phone recordings should be CC'd and saved for other town supervisors. Nothing should be hidden and kept secret like it has in the past year. These wind contracts are for 30 years, potentially up to 50 years with the renewals. The fact that only one person is allowed to ask attorney questions is very suspicious. One person handling this very important issue, which will affect us for generations, is not a good representation for the constituents. Also, it's also concerning that George, Deb's husband, knows about the attorney saying, since he said last month that he hears the conversation with the attorney, yet our supervisors don't. This is a problem. We demand that our elected town supervisors represent us, and they can't do that if they're kept in the dark on wind turbine situation that the majority residents do not want. The last thing I'd like to say is that as a community, we need to move away from the animosity with one another and focus on working together to make McMillan a great place to live. There have been some very negative things put on social media that should be addressed with the town first so that the facts can be proved, not assumptions blasted on social media with the intention to make other McMillan residents out as corrupt or doing illegal things. The media points fingers at the clerk saying the clerk was hiding them because of it's not appropriate. After this confusion is cleared up, the residents would want the town board to comment on this officially so they can be put to rest, either during a meeting that is recorded or on the town website. Do unto others, and you have them do unto you. We need to get beyond this hate and move forward.
Anybody else have any comments? Yes, sir.
There's a microphone
You
up
can
here.
come over here if you'd like.
Okay.
Yes.
I'll be brief.
I promise.
I don't know if I need the mic or not. I just want to take this time of public comments in the town and to introduce myself. My name is Mark Borkhardt, and I'm a candidate for the school board. And the primary election is a week from Tuesday. So I've lived in the Marshfield area for 33 years. I've been in the town of Lincoln for 32 years. And in my career, I was a research scientist for the Marshfield Clinic, and then I also worked for the U.S. Department of Ag. My specialty was water quality, but I'm retired now. I've been retired for 4 years. I am married to Gwen Stone, a retired physician. We've been married for 45 years. And our 3 sons went through the Marshfield school system, kindergarten through 12th grade. And we were very impressed with their education. And we are very grateful for the education they received. I was appointed to the school board last May because there was a vacancy. And I applied, and the school board ordered me to take that vacancy. But now I need to run. So now I need to be elected legitimately. If I win, I've got 4 priorities. First of all, I think school funding needs to be more transparent and understandable than what it is. I didn't understand it until I got on the board, and it is extremely complicated. And I think all taxpayers need to be aware of how complicated it is. Communications, there needs to be better communications between the school district and the public. I would have to say that the communication between the school district and the parents is very, very good. But I was surprised serving on the school board how many things about the board and about the school district I was not aware of. So communication improvement is one of my priorities. The third priority is reading proficiency. Fourth graders, 61% of the fourth graders can't read at grade level in the school district. Now the state average is 51%. Maybe we should be happy that we're above the state average. But I think having a third of the kids that can't read at grade level is not acceptable. So I actually volunteer in the school districts at Grant School and first graders 2 hours every Tuesday morning. I get to do it again tomorrow morning, helping them learn how to read. I think it's vitally important. And then my fourth goal is to keep the board operating in a productive and collegial fashion. I love working with Nicole. We have a really well-functioning board, and it's built on respect and shared goals, and I would like to continue doing that. I believe I'm qualified to serve on the school board. Many think the school board is about politics. It really isn't. It's not. It's about qualifications. It's more like a job applications. And as voters, I think you need to ask, does the candidate have the skill set to be a good board member, to serve the public good? And the skills that matter are the ability to listen, the ability to collaborate, the ability to change one's mind, the ability to process information, the ability to weigh different points of view, and importantly, the ability to do the homework. There's a lot of work on the school board, and a person needs to be prepared to make the decisions that we make as a board. I have these skills, I learned them in my career, and I have served on numerous boards throughout the state and at the federal level. So I know how to do the hard work of a board, and I firmly believe that a strong schools make a strong community. I was honored to be appointed to the school board last May. I have enjoyed it greatly. I'm happy to be running right now, and I would be honored if you voted for me and you continue to support me during this primary election next Tuesday and then the April election coming up. If you're interested, my campaign's Facebook page is Mark Borkhardt for School Board. If you want to contact me, my email address is there. If you have any questions, points of view you want to get across, I'd love to hear from you. So thanks for this time. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Any other comments?
I'd just like to ask,
I didn't call on you, Mike, please sit down.
I'd just like to make sure that you understand that my request for you is to look into our road and see what can be done. Okay, it's been going on for way too long and it's getting worse and worse and worse.
Steve?
The $132,000 of unaccounted cash can be explained thusly. You had $1,000, you made $100, you should have $1,100. Clerk says you have $973. He does the scorekeeping, administers disbursements, controls the reporting, and sees no problem. Just move along. The majority of the board seems to agree. The clerk should learn and keep his place. It's the prerogative of the board to decide when there are problems to investigate, and it's not the clerk's place to argue those issues. And this issue qualifies. That $132,000 is the people's money. If the problems remain unresolved, what happens to Form C, the formal version of the annual report filed with the state come May? Will the bogus numbers distributed at monthly meetings be fed to the state? Or will the real numbers have to be used? If the report is filed using the bogus numbers, it will be rejected. There's a $1,000 penalty for not filing a timely report per day. If the town entire were assembled here tonight, there would be those who would assume embezzlement and those who would assume incompetence. That is not a happy place for a clerk, a township, or a board. And the board should stop protecting the clerk. He put you and the township in this position, just as previous boards relaxed reporting standards and allowed this situation to develop. How did that happen? The safety valve of having both a clerk and a treasurer has failed. As a township, you seem not to be aware of that. and now you need to hire an expensive auditor. It's not written on tonight's agenda, but the question of the clerk's honesty and competence is most definitely there. I would not quit your day job. It's not too late to self-terminate. Should there be an audit? Responsibility would vote yes. Transparency would agree. The deer in the headlight would ask about the cheese curds. Rodney Bauer is the only board member on the ballot this spring. It would be instructive to know how he feels about these issues by the end of the meeting. Thank you.
Any other comments? Yes.
I would just like to make a comment. Thank you for your information, but I really don't appreciate some of this stuff going on social media when nothing's been completed, looking over everything. I also would like to comment, I appreciate the gentleman for giving us your information on the school board, but none of our town board members, none of the candidates for running for town board were allowed to even introduce themselves at our caucus, which was a little upsetting. Also, my other comment would be with our road, with Mike. His comments are very true. There were holes in our road last fall before it froze. When it rained, I know it was the best time to grade. Nothing was graded. We went through into the winter with the holes there. Now they're already there. My husband, when I was driving home, thought I was going to go in the ditch trying to miss them. He's usually the driver. I'm in the passenger. I said, see what it's like being in the passenger seat. You're almost in the ditch. So, yes, I would like you to at least, if you can't get something done with the road this year, at least grade it more often to get rid of those holes. Because once that culvert got in there, it's a lot worse. So, please, pay attention to that
They
road.
did come out and fill them after you had called me, was it you that called me?
No.
Okay. There was somebody that had called me, and they said it was really bad, and I know I did send one of the guys down there to fill those holes.
Wow.
We
They
did
did.
that.
They did,
We went down there several times.
Yeah,
The dirt around the culvert is settling in,
Right.
so, I mean.
But even if they would just grade that 1/4 mile, you know, that's the worst part. Like he said, it never dries out. The holes are always there. And it doesn't get graded after it rains. It just goes from one rainfall to the next, waiting. So now we're gonna go through all winter. The holes are already slot full of water right now. And the road isn't thawed out. I know it's not gonna get graded for quite some time, and we're gonna have to put up with the holes. But you've gotta do a little bit, help that road out.
wasn't Randy down there not too long ago and filled some holes in?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yes, the holes did get filled in, Deb.
It's not gonna stay this.
That wasn't a
No.
problem, they filled it in, but the thing is,
It
the
gets
thing
knocked
is,
out. I know it
you
does.
can't, when you have a hole, you can't just throw stuff in a hole and expect it to pack in.
It's just gonna fly right back.
You have to
Exactly.
dig it out a foot, 2 feet deep, put new stuff in, compact it, in order to keep that from rehappening.
Unfortunately, this is not the time of year to do
Well, we
it.
know that.
No way that
But we're
it will work.
drawing your attention to it
Right.
because we've had to put up with it.
Well,
Now,
we're putting that new culvert in, like Rod said, it is settling,
Well,
so.
Before the culvert was put in, there were still lots of holes on the road not being graded, so.
Okay. Any
Just
other
take
comments?
turns going down the road once in a while.
All right,
What we
approval
have
of
to
town
do.
board meeting minutes from January 12th, 2026.
I move to approve the town board meeting minutes from January 12th, 2026.
I'll second.
Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
I abstain if you want. Because I wasn't here.
Oh. Sorry. All right, correct town board meeting minutes.
That's me.
Okay.
I was going back looking for many things through all of these many documents. And I came across the minutes from, it was the October meeting, and then it was the November meeting that I read for the October. And under clerk appointment and treasurer appointment, those are incorrect. Dave made the motion, I seconded. The motions were made. First of all, I had gone to the county clerk and asked her about how we do the clerk appointments as far as their terms. And she said when you're elected, you have to stick with the election. If you are appointed, you can do, the board can set it, but nearly all of the clerks are now doing, they put all of them at that time as election time. So everybody is always on the same calendar type thing. And so we made a motion to have that all done in April. And so here is this appointment motion to appoint John Kokel as clerk until May of 26. It was not correct. We had all agreed it would be on April.
No, the motion was made for May. I know it was because we always make all the other appointments in May.
But we discussed that it would be better. I know, but appointments are for committees, not the clerk and treasurer. So we as the board have that ability to change that. So it did pass, the motion did pass, but I don't believe that that is what was intended. The treasurer's appointment, a motion to appoint Donna Siltala as treasurer until 26. So that means she should not be in office right now. But we did not. That is incorrect.
I believe that was supposed to be till May also, because I believe we discussed that. Am I correct, Donna?
We discussed it, but prior to that, we discussed that it should turn over in April like the rest of the board.
That's what the discussion was.
That's what I
Yes.
remember doing. But I
So
don't know what you did.
I would like to, I don't know what we do. Can we make a new motion just to solidify it in April?
Well, we don't have that on the agenda.
Yes, it is. That's what we're talking about, correcting it.
In my opinion, the only motion that would be available here is a motion to correct the minutes and either change, I suppose it would probably be like to change the month, but it would be if people believe that the motion was for April instead of May. It would not be if people are reconsidering and thinking, oh, I wish it would have been in April. That would not be pertinent to this. This is just to correct if there's an error in the minutes. So like, Donna's appointment doesn't have a month. So correcting that to insert a month that you believe was in the motion would be appropriate, but it would not be a motion to change the date just because people might think, oh, I wish it would have been a different month. That would not be appropriate.
Well, that's not what I'm saying.
Okay.
Because we discussed it. And so I presented that's what the county clerk said, it's up to the board, but it's just better to get everybody kind of on the same level. That was what the discussion was about. And so I would ask the board, how do we want to change that but also then correct the one for the treasurer? It would be the same thing. It would be for April as well as the clerk, for both of them in 2026.
Well, I figured they were both in May myself, because that's what we had voted on. Instead of having them in July.
Didn't we discuss April?
John, you got the motion right, am I correct?
I believe, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
and it was
that's
for May.
That's what I put in the minutes.
Yeah.
It was May, so.
Okay, so when I called you and asked you about that, and you said, Deb said to change it to May.
I did not.
So my recollection of the exchange again, this isn't in the minutes. The minutes are the official record. My recollection is that Dave made a motion to appoint John to be the clerk. And then my recollection was that Deb said until May. And that was the motion that got voted on and passed. So, and
And I know the
again,
comment was made that we do all our appointments in May, and that's why we did it in May.
But that's for committees and
that's
commissions
why
and
we
what
did
have
it
you.
for
So
that
we
time.
wanted it in April, like all the people that are elected.
I think 1 month really doesn't make a difference.
Well,
We can
it's
change
just
that. We can, when we reappoint them, we can put it till next April.
Okay. Yes,
So just in theory of that, if you hypothetically wanted to change all your appointments to April, in the past, no matter who's been chair, you guys kind of pick your own people like anybody else does when the
That's, I think, why
administration
we
comes
did
in.
it in May.
So if you want to make it May, is it May 1st, the end of May?
May meeting usually.
Yeah.
That's what I mean, because if you get it.
If you say April, then
that's when they
April
have
they're
the
done,
next.
and then May comes around for the next meeting and you have nobody, so it should carry over a month.
so it should be done in April.
If the elections are in April, it should carry over
Yes,
in
yes,
May.
and so it follows with the election. It follows with
No,
the
I didn't
election.
follow anything I just said.
The people
If the election is in April,
Because
and
it
the new
comes after.
administration is in May, and they appoint the people in May. Otherwise, April when the election is, hypothetically, the two appointed people would be out of a job, and you have nobody to cover coming in May. So it should carry over a month after the election, because they're elected, you guys are, they're appointed, you guys appoint them. If you wanna have it in April, then when, let's say the entire board is changed, you don't have anybody sitting in place technically.
I don't, whatever, ever, anybody, they want to do. It's just that the way it is written, it is incorrect. And so, I don't know, I don't know what the board wants to do with it.
I thought the minutes were the official record of what the time, of what they did. So you didn't correct them back when you had an opportunity to do that. Why would we want to change them now?
Because when I read through them, I guess you can leave the one for John to be correct. But to appoint Donna as treasurer until 26. That is incorrect. She's still in, she's
You didn't correct it.
I know, that's what I
Okay,
said.
so coming back at the 11th hour and doing that, number one, is an issue, and number two, what they said is true. These are appointed positions.
Right.
How do you appoint somebody when there isn't somebody, when the person has just been elected to office?
Well, that's fine, but,
That's insane.
okay. But we had discussed that it would be better, because that's what the county clerk said.
The county clerk does not run this particular
I
township.
didn't say she did, but she also is very good at giving good advice.
And so are we.
Well, maybe,
We're the people, aren't we?
yeah,
We pay the taxes.
Okay, I'm not gonna argue with you. If you decide that that's what we're gonna leave it like it is, it still needs to be corrected for the treasurer.
Well, I assume she'd be appointed till May, as we discussed. Same with,
So doesn't that, this is incorrect, what's in there.
well, she's still here, so I'm not concerned about it. I said she's still here.
It's fine to leave that in April, but I think that, so if anything, if somebody's gonna come and say, and I hear that there's stuff being put out on Facebook that she stole the money, and you think that now with this in being incorrect, is kosher to leave it?
Yeah, I think it's fine. I really do.
Okay,
Because I think when we had the meeting, when we talked about it, Donna was the one that had said, had recommended till May.
I can go back and look and see what I wrote on my notes. I did not, I always write down most of the motions and things. I'll look at mine, but as long as the board is fine with that as the month of May, along with the clerk, I'm fine with that.
I don't have an issue.
I don't, you know, I didn't.
If she doesn't have any qualms about it, then I'm fine with me.
Okay, let's move on. Fire department, Mr. Schmidtke.
Alrighty, January, we had 8 EMS calls, 1 false alarm fire. McMilllan Firefighters Association has been established as a nonprofit corporation. We received the entity ID from the state of Wisconsin and the EIN from the IRS. Bylaws are going to be presented to the membership at the meeting tomorrow night for our first monthly reading. How do I get a regular green dumpster at the fire department and get rid of the 2 blue ones? Anybody?
Is there any, you got that much stuff you're generating every month, or?
Well, basically, if we have a green one, then I can just set it out there by the building and throw garbage in it.
No,
No, I can't.
we're commercial.
Huh?
So we're commercial, so you'd have to have one of the big tubs. You can't combine with the residential tubs.
Okay. What do I do with the 2 blue ones then? Can I bring them over here?
No.
Garbage.
There you
As far as I
go.
know, you can use them for garbage, you can use them for recycling, and they'll pick them up, because we have a contract for this. We have a big dumpster over by the town garage.
Which we need another one over there, Randy had called.
Randy is called, I've talked to Randy.
Mm-hmm.
Waste management came, I had a week ahead and dumped it, so it's empty.
Okay.
So I took care of that one, okay? So if you got any garbage, put it over there.
I just want, what do I do with the blue ones?
The blue ones are recycling ones, and supposedly we're supposed to be recycling, so I don't know if we want to go on the record saying that we're not going to recycle anything at the fire department. I mean, I don't,
We have 2 of them.
because usually within a month, we used to fill them. I mean,
There's new ones. Just keep one in the station and use the one you got, okay?
Are you talking about just the regular cans with the blue lid?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I got 2 recycler ones. You cannot throw garbage in a recycling one. You can only put recycling in there.
So you're
Can
missing
you
a green
just
one?
have it?
we never had a green one. We've
Never
always
had a
dumped
green one?
over there.
Okay.
I got 2 blue ones.
Well, there was a lot of recycling at one time, and I think if some of the former chiefs just
Take
took
one
the
over
garbage
to the
out
hall.
of that one.
Okay, so
Take it
yeah.
out of the
Can I-
window.
Take one over to the hall, I'll give you another one over there.
Can I do that? Can I bring one over here?
No.
Ask the chair.
No.
Sure.
You know, you're dumping it on me.
And you have
Store
to
it.
exchange.
Okay,
You don't need a recycle bin, do you, John?
okay,
You're gonna be the one taking care of it.
This month we would do.
okay, John gets it. Perfect, problem solved.
No.
We identified,
No.
we identified and corrected with vendors some issues with invoices and payments. How do we go about tracking the credit card? Because our credit card and the town's credit card is the same account. So if I use my credit card on Monday and John uses his on Tuesday, it's on the same slip.
I thought we were gonna have 2 separate credit cards.
We have separate credit. I got mine.
I understand, but
Yeah.
2 separate accounts.
That's what I'm asking. Can we get 2 separate accounts so I can I want to track the fire department to a penny.
Mm-hmm.
Which means I need my own,
I thought that's
Slip.
what we were gonna have.
no, they're the same.
Have they
Track
always
it
been?
through the
They're always
invoice.
the same price.
No, that's not what he's talking about. He's, instead of
Tracking
having
it.
2
Tracking it.
separate accounts,
Yeah.
okay? We
Yeah.
have 1 account.
What I spend at the fire department shows up on a
It's
slip at the end of the
combined
month for the town board.
With the treasurer.
That's
the
not
fire department,
tracking for me.
It's all one.
Yeah,
Isn't that tracked through invoice?
Should be.
Mail? That's what I'm saying, that's where it's separated out, right?
But I thought we were gonna get, what he's asking, can we get 2 separate accounts so they can keep track of it better? And I know that's what we had originally talked about.
Is the statement segregated?
Yeah, the statement is segregated. There's 2 separate accounts that feed into one like parent account. And then on the statement, there's transactions for John Kokel and then transactions for Kevin Schmicky. So I can send those to you, like along with the monthly auto pay bills, like the credit card statement.
Okay.
Does that work?
So
Okay.
you can track it through him, so that means you gotta be talking to each other.
Aren't you getting the bill or what?
Because you sent all of the credit card related things to me, and then, so there was no discrepancy there. So like, everything that you sent to me was all on the credit card. There was nothing extra, nothing not on there.
But can we get that statement back?
Yeah.
That's what I mean,
So you just want a copy of it?
yeah, I don't have a credit card, but there's a slip that you should get at the end of the month that shows everything you spent.
Yeah.
And this way I can verify that what we're turning in is what's on the slip. I'm just looking to make sure that each month I can balance my account. I need, everything we do over there has to be tracked so I can make sure it's all checked out.
John, can you just send a copy of that back to the fire department then?
Yep.
Problem solved.
Okay, addressing the complaint that the town board received at the January 26th meeting, I have contacted all agencies involved with EMS call, including Marshfield Fire, Spencer Fire, Marathon County Dispatch, who also contacted Wood County Dispatch, as well as the 2 board members that contacted Marshfield Fire. Why? I don't know. I'm the fire chief. Spencer Fire reported a 16-minute response, not the time frame given to the board by the complaining party. Further, there is no indication in any of the reports that a second call to 911 took place. To be clear, the total time from call to last cleared was 1 hour, 15 minutes, 27 seconds. This is the time frame from the original call to dispatch until the responding units left the emergency room with the ambulance following transport of the patient. The information in the verbal complaint regarding this call was misrepresented to the town board, exaggerating any documented response time. As I have said from the beginning, if there is an issue with the fire department, please call me right away. That's all I ask from the town board, from the public, from anybody in central Wisconsin. If there's an issue with me over there, everybody has my cell number. I keep putting it out on the camera so everybody knows it. This complaint happened ahead of time. So, even though everybody instructed me to let it go, I can't. So I'm going to ask, who knew about this complaint before it came to the town board meeting last month? Deb, did you?
No.
Carolyn, did you?
No.
Dave, did you?
No.
Nicole, did you?
No.
Rod, did you know about it at a time?
No.
This is the first time I'm hearing about it, so.
Because Dale even said he talked to people ahead of time.
Yeah, he did. He said he talked to me and he didn't, which I corrected him at the meeting.
the chair.
Yeah.
Oh.
When somebody comes and complains about me, Kevin Schmicky, chief, I'm happy to take the beating all day long. But when people start bringing that fire department in and start complaining about that and bashing the fire, you want to bash me? Here I am. Swing away. But when you start bashing that fire department and all the time people put into it, everybody tries their best. 16 minutes. That's from Spencer to Belvedere. 16 minutes. Yes, Marshall had a fire that same night. I was on that fire because I'm a firefighter. I am not EMS. So I was on that Marshall fire fighting the fire. So no, nobody could have got a hold of me. And I guess I will apologize publicly for that.
Why would you apologize for that? You were on a call.
Because people will not bring nothing to me, and this is what's getting us in trouble. I cannot get members to join because of stuff like this that happens here. I'm begging you, please stop. If there's an issue, talk to me first. That's why I'm the chief. Don't go to Marshall Fire and ask them. That's what I'm here for. Call me. Then I get to go to Marshall Fire. I will track down, I will take days off of work. And I will track this information down like I did on this call.
Well, I think that though, Kevin, if we did not, any of us hear that until that night. So, I mean.
I'm just saying, Carolyn, when people start bashing McMilllan Fire Department, I take it personal.
Well, but then you put it into perspective with Dale. He's the one that is trying to save this person. I mean, you gotta give him a little.
16 minutes.
So do you think he's measuring? Is that what he said?
I don't know.
I don't remember.
He talked to somebody ahead of time because he said that.
Okay.
Okay? I would like to thank Gary Seeger Construction. He came into the fire department. He put all new hinges on the cabinets in the kitchen. He fixed the cabinet doors that were broke. Fire department does not have a budget to put a new kitchen in. So all Gary charged us for was the hinges. So I'd just like to say a personal thank you because he came on his time and did that for us, for the fire department. We're trying to keep it maintained. Does the public have any questions for me? Thank you.
Plan Commission, Dorothy.
No report.
Okay, Highway. Stott, you guys got the email on Stott?
Yeah.
So that shouldn't be too long, and we'll be putting that up for bids. I'm thinking maybe next month.
I do have questions on it.
Like what?
The major thing is the hill on by 1 mile there.
Mm-hmm.
I think that the documentation they sent us is a little
Vague?
yes. So I can't say
Well,
whether I agree with it or I disagree with it.
They're also gonna be sending us the plans for us to look at, and we have to approve them.
Okay, because
We're
I
not gonna do that, because I printed them all.
What's that?
I got the plans.
Oh,
All the cross sections, I printed them off.
okay.
There might be another one with the other hill on the south side,
Okay.
south of Elm Tree.
So, well, anyway, we've gotta look at all of that.
Are we gonna meet with Jim Wendell's then?
What's that?
Do you wanna meet with Jim Wendell's and go over them sometime?
Yeah, but he said he was gonna be sending us more information. So-
Because I guess I wouldn't send anything in the state or submit anything until we have a chance to talk. Because I mean, I have some,
Well,
I have some real
we gotta
issues with
approve
the
them
top.
first,
Okay.
so,
That's what I'm saying, we should have some discussion, bring up these points and talk to the
which
engineer.
means that we have to approve them first.
No.
Well, then how do you make changes to them if you want changes to them?
Well, I'll get a hold of Jim,
Okay,
so you want him at the next meeting?
or whenever the board can meet with them.
Because I know he would, be sending the plans, you know.
Does your whole road committee meet with him then?
Not with Jim. No, that would,
So.
but I know he said this was all preliminary from what he just sent us,
Right.
so.
So, do we want, what are we gonna do the input?
Well, what do you wanna know? I mean, what
Well,
do you,
if we have some concerns on it.
oh, his phone number's on there.
Fine.
I guess the point blank so that everybody understands, I have issues with what they're proposing to do with whether there's a lack of knowledge or a lack of information for what on the topic of spot and whatnot.
Yeah.
They're basically gonna be getting rid of the ditches and they're gonna be doing some other stuff and dropping that down. And my concern with that is the snowing,
Because of the blind
blowing and
spot.
snowing, but
Because of the blind spot.
that
that's
isn't
there.
there right now. There is no blind spot right now.
If you stop behind the stop sign and look both ways, you can't see anything right now.
Mhm.
And it's only gonna be worse, I think, once they cut that hill down. That was a concern. The other one is South Elm Tree.
Mm-hmm.
We cross all the time with farm equipment and crops and stuff.
Well, you have to ask Jim what he was talking
And that's
about.
my reason for the
And I
question.
think he had said it was south of 1 mile, am I correct? Where that's gonna be knocked down, and we've gotten complaints about that being a blind spot going up there.
Yep.
So
And-
do you
and-
want him to knock it down, or don't you?
Well, that's.
Well, we're knocking up, the thing is, we're knocking it so far down or not so far down, or there will be no ditch there, so it'll become a trough.
Mm-hmm.
So it's gonna be, well, yeah, we can go like that, and then we're gonna be screaming at Randy going, how come the snow is piled up in the middle of the trough?
Well, before
And
we
it's
started
our
drawing
respons-
these up, I was told, you need to get that knocked down because we got such a blind spot. So that's what I had told him.
And then he put a curb and gutter in
Mm-hmm.
on the, I don't know how many feet it is, but
Yeah.
that's what we like to talk about.
I'll call.
Okay, thank you.
Can I ask a question? Is there a road committee and who's on it?
Yeah, there's a road committee, and there's Kurt on there, Butch is on there, I'm on there, Paul Mansell's on there. Who else? And Jim Seaver. There's 5 of us.
Do you, Deb, Tom Seeker told me that he gave you all of the papers that he had. And I had given him all of the papers. Of course, there are some of them that we dated. But all of those papers with the schedules from Vince Weber, of
Oh, no, I
all
never
of the
got-
roads. And he said it was all in there. Do
No,
you?
it wasn't. The little bit of paperwork that he gave me, I think there was only like 3 sheets of paper total.
He said he gave you his whole notebook. Tom did, he did not?
No.
Because I thought, you know, if people are wondering about when they were scheduled.
Well, that'd be in, CIP plan.
I don't know. Anyway, I just
And then we
curious.
got Scott scheduled for this next year, Lumen, Penny Court, Zig, and Hadamar. That's what we got so far.
Did any work get done in Hadamar last fall?
No, it got too late. So they didn't do Hadamar, Penny, or Lumen, because Lumen's gonna have a culvert put in there, so, and drain tile on Penny. So, no, Blueberry didn't get over there to get anything done.
Just for clarification.
Yeah, okay,
He was supposed to, but I think he just ran out.
ran out of time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then also, let's see, we got that Wisconsin Towns Association resolution that they want us to send in for the roads, maybe get some help on that. Other than that, I don't think there was
Anything?
a whole lot for roads.
Uh,
Other than, yes.
That's down in the new business, correct?
Can we get a bump sign put in over here?
Can you what, a bump sign?
Yeah.
There's a few of them that need to be put out. So, I'll call Randy in the morning. All right. Rod?
Library, there's nothing to report at this time.
Nicole, buildings and grounds?
The rentals have been slow in January and February. They will continue to be slow unless somebody calls for the last few weeks. They start picking up again in April. May, there are a lot of rentals, and I believe they are related to graduations. So if anybody's looking for rentals, please keep that in mind.
I have a question. Is there any times where they are selling alcohol up there for
Not-
like a wedding or anything?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay.
I don't think they sell it. I think they bring it in, but,
Yeah.
but they
And I
don't
think-
sell
I think
it.
if any of them are going to be selling, they have to have a liquor license
Oh,
now.
because of the
They
new-
changed those laws.
Yes. I can start asking at that time and telling them if you have a liquor license, which nobody would.
Mhm.
You have to,
Well, can they just go come to the clerk then and get one?
Well, the board's got to approve it.
But they would come to him to apply ahead of time.
do you want me to put it on the questionnaire? and
I
then we
would-
would know in
Well,
advance.
that's a new state law from my understanding.
Ain't that the one where they have to have licensed bartenders also?
Yeah, if they're selling any kind
Is
of.
it selling
If they're
or
selling
just
it
giving it
only?
because it's wet?
It's selling,
Not just serving it.
yeah, because I think you
Right,
can
George?
bring your beer in. What was that?
I said it only if they're selling it.
That's
that
my
they-
understanding.
Yeah, that they'd have to have the bartenders. So,
So I can update it to ask that question, then
I
we know in
think I would,
advance. Okay.
just so we keep everybody legal.
Yeah. Thank you for bringing that up.
I think the insurance requirements change for that too.
That could be.
As a
I
town.
know we normally don't have anything where they're selling up there.
I don't,
you know,
I
like
can't
the
think of
rentals,
anything that has
But you
happened.
never know.
Yeah.
so.
Yeah,
Did you get us down for September 19th weekend? Okay. September 19th is Fall Fest. I forgot to mention that. I apologize.
okay.
So if we can have the whole weekend, please.
I did is it, the rest of the board okay with that if I block it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Thank
Friday,
you.
Saturday, and Sunday I blocked it.
Okay, thank you.
Is that for Fall Fest? you
Yep.
said?
Yes.
You're gonna hold it up, everything up there?
No, I'm reserving the
We
weekend.
reserve it for the weekend so we got the tables and chairs and stuff like that, and we don't have to have them back.
Yeah, okay.
All right. Anything for Nicole? Okay. Garbage and recycling, Dave?
A rash of cart breaks in the cold weather due to the cold weather and or the driver or one or the other. Got most of those replaced. Talked to Randy the other day. They came a week ahead to do the dumpster by the garage. April 25th, 2026 is a tire recycling time, and we need 2 people from McMilllan to help with that at the site out at Pankot's Trucking on Highway 10,
What day was that?
April 25th. And that'll be in the newsletter before that. Any other questions or comments? George?
Can, a township, the township of McMillon, the garage up there, can they haul more tires than the 8 that's allowed out there, or no?
Usually it depends what people throw in the ditches.
Say what?
It depends on how many are thrown in the ditches that the highway department has to pick
Quite a
up.
few, according to what Randy said. So he was asking today
Yes.
if he's limited to 8.
No, the township is not limited, but that doesn't mean you should throw your tires in the ditch.
I don't, I've heard
We
them.
only got 3 dump trucks, and it doesn't look good if we go into the 3 dump truck loads. I mean, there's people that, George, there's people that do this stuff, believe it or not. And we've been through it before, but we've had as many as, we've had a pretty good dump truck load on the little red truck over the past years, yes. But we need 2 people to help out there. So, who wants to volunteer?
No hands?
No hands, I think. It would be all.
Everybody's putting their head down.
Yeah, nobody's looking at the ground.
Dave, you can put me on the list.
Okay.
What are the hours, David?
I believe that's until noon, 8 till noon. There was hardly anything after noon, so the Northwest Recycling Group decided that it doesn't pay to be there. If you aren't there by noon or a little bit after, you're kind of out of luck. The big push is in the morning, and that's to get those cars off Highway 10 to avoid, because everybody is really into this thing gung-ho. And we've got, all the townships are doing it. And we rearranged where we had the tile so we could get and had a circle drive, so those coming in and leaving were 2 different entrances to avoid traffic accidents. Any other questions? Thanks.
Carolyn, policies and procedures.
Policies and procedures, I had asked you to put that on to hire Norma, who is the and it doesn't have anything to do with John. This would be under policies and procedures. Said she would type the new,
Can we get the draft first? Because, I mean, all we got was just a handful of pages to start with. We never got the rest of it.
Well, we really haven't put it in. We just are gonna,
I mean, you crossed off and wrote in what you wanted, so
but,
that's.
well, we can do better than that. But she has agreed, said she would do it, and it would be under policy and procedure. It doesn't have anything to do with John. So it was.
Where in the budget is that?
Well, you've asked, everybody wanted to have them updated, we gotta get them done.
I understand that, but like I said, I'd like to see the draft part of it first.
Well,
Maybe you gave us some of them.
that's, we can do that. We
Okay.
can do that. So, but
Nicole, isn't that in Word anyway?
Yeah, it was in Word. I have old versions of it from when I had policies and procedures, but wouldn't we wanna, I mean, the high
you'd
school.
wanna see it first.
Well, but the high schoolers are always looking for, in their leadership classes, volunteer stuff. I mean, this is something they could help us with. I
I
could
don't
reach out.
care who does it, just we need, if we're gonna get it done, we need that. I mean, I don't know.
Why don't you check into that?
Yeah, I can find out and see if this is something somebody would be interested in. Same with the tire recycling, too.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, okay.
I have a question.
good answer, yeah.
Yeah.
Nicole?
Yeah,
Yeah.
for me,
So I have a
Oh, got it.
So the first third or whatever it was, we gave you quite a few pages. No one responded to us, so I'm
that's not
assuming.
true. I gave you a packet.
Yours was in the packet before that. So then when we gave you gave me what you had.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Or
have
us.
that, we have that, but
So
nobody
then the-
responded to what we.
Yeah, so
We were kind
presented.
of waiting for the rest of it so we could go through it as a
Well,
board.
we wanted to get at least part of it done so we could get it prepared, but. So I'm assuming that no one had any changes for the first number of pages we submitted to you?
Yeah, I did.
Can we get those?
Sure.
Okay. The newsletter, has everybody got their newsletter? Deb said she sent me hers.
When do you need it by? I missed it.
Today.
Oh, well, you're not gonna get mine today, but I can get you something
John
tomorrow.
sent out a reminder.
Yeah, and I should have asked him when it was due. I thought I'd have more time than today.
No, we want to get this out by the 1st of March.
Still have
We
Larry.
saw, because you
it's
want
what,
the election
February
stuff in
9?
there.
I'll get it to you. Can I have one more day?
Okay,
Okay,
That's
thank
good.
you.
Let's be realistic here, I need till Friday. I called the library. the
all
stuff that I
right, then
need
that
So you
is the
have- okay.
absolute last time, day, okay?
Happy Valentine's Day to us. We get an extension.
Okay, and
I was gonna
then,
let you sit there with one day, and I'm gonna ask for Fridays.
so the newsletter, that's it with that. But I did get a call today from Tom Soibert, who was the guy that was here talking about the windmills and so forth. And he wanted me to report to the board tonight that there is absolutely nothing has occurred at the county level as far as the wind turbines. There have not been anybody made any, nobody has come in for any permits, there's been nothing. So,
Well, they gotta notify us before they apply for a permit anyway. They gotta give us 90-day notice.
but nobody has said anything
Nothing
to
yet.
them about any of it.
No.
So he just wanted to report that he wasn't dragging his feet on something.
Okay.
But
That's
did the county do a resolution?
Yeah, they
for
did.
this? They did.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Went from environmental,
and they approved it.
yes, recommendation for the,
Did the township ever get an ordinance?
We got 2 of them.
Yeah. Copy of it, so we can read them,
What's that?
or- I says, is it posted anywhere, is that? we can
Not
read?
yet, we haven't approved them yet, either one.
Oh,
So we're gonna be deciding hopefully tonight which one they wanna go with. So, or whatever changes they wanna make.
Hmm. So does that cover ordinances?
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Okay, there. Moving on.
All right. Clerk's report, notification of correspondence.
see, I got the fire department set up as a user on the Town of McMillan Amazon account. The 4 issues on the fire inspection report over at the town garage and the clerk's office were resolved. Thanks to Randy, he took care of most of those items. The first batch of e-waste was transferred to COM 2, so we now have 2 relatively empty new boxes to be filled up with e-waste. Conducted the public test of the election equipment this afternoon. We'll be setting up for the election on Sunday and also holding a training for the election inspectors. For correspondence, I received 2 open records requests, which are both still in progress. Received form consolidation amendment form from the Marathon County for review and comments. That was forwarded to the Plan Commission and the Town Board. Marathon County sent the revised Marathon County Chapter 17 zoning code and a resolution to adopt the revised Chapter 17 code. I forwarded that to the Plan Commission and the Town Board just today. We received zoning permits that were issued on Callaway and Turtle Road. And that's the end of the clerk report.
Checks to approve.
We're all in the back of the October, what? It's just 1 page, correct?
Yeah, I figured, but I move to approve checks number 21189 through 21237, and then ACH 260101 through 260111.
Need a second?
That's second for discussion.
Questions?
Does anybody have any questions?
City marshal, or is that?
Ambulance, first payment.
Okay, that's right.
McQueen, emergency?
That's fire department stuff. Let's see.
Full test.
Yeah.
The full test that we brought last fall, that price is locked in for 3 years.
What about rental clinic? What's this one?
It's medication.
Oh,
I do have a question about the credit card on the invoices. We have a order from Amazon. John, it was sent to your house, and it was for Canon 125 cartridges and 8 reams of paper.
Yeah.
Why did that go to your house?
I'd rather have it go to my house, which is populated, versus sitting at, in front of the
Okay,
town hall.
where is that printer that you bought 8 for?
At Donna's house.
Oh, that's been a couple of years ago, the cartridge? Yes, for the taxes, when I do some of the printing of the receipts that go out, I just print them and send them out whenever I have a chance to keep them up. They're for the receipts.
Why are we doing that here at the office?
I do as much as I can.
Thanks out to Randy and the Poplar River Hydraulics. And we made a decision in that we've done business with them too. That's a Mennonite company. They replaced the hydraulic cylinders on the wing apparatus on one truck.
Yeah.
And that was more than what he figured it was, but that's why it's $1,520.
Yeah.
But it needs to be done.
What was the one that we moved to here that we held back from, because we didn't have it for the, was it the broom or something? For the truck?
Yeah, that's the
Is that
Monroe.
don't do it?
665, that's up on the second page,
Yeah.
right on top.
Oh, yeah,
Monroe?
Yeah,
the Monroe, is that, yeah.
that was for the
Yeah,
hydraulics
yeah,
and.
that's what I thought. Okay, I'll second that motion.
It's already been seconded.
Yeah, so, okay, so we can vote then.
Does anybody else have any questions? Eddie?
Given that the township can't balance their budget,
Mm-hmm.
and it is apparently falling to us to keep track of it, can we start getting the category numbers on the checks? For what budget category they come out of?
Would that be an issue, John? Shouldn't.
I mean, each category has its limit as to what can be spent out of it. The
Mhm.
money's allocated to it when you vote on the budget, if I'm not mistaken. And we now have unaccounted for funds. That would definitely assist in us trying to figure out where our money's going.
I think it would be easier to just produce the budget to actual, similar to what I sent you all on January 14th, produce that on a monthly basis.
Is
Because
that,
I don't believe that there's any
it's much easier to
efficient
read.
way to do it on a
Budget
check.
to
You know,
actual.
for example, like some of these checks might have like, let's see. Some of them might, I mean, I guess I can't see any of them that has multiple line items on these checks. I suppose the postmaster, that one got charged to treasurer postage and election postage, I think, so, but you can get the same information through that line item detail.
Check by check?
I'm not sure if the check number is on there. I don't know a way to export this in a way that has the line items on each check. I can see if there's a way to do it, but I'm not aware of
I mean, there's gotta be a way to put it on there, because if there's not, you're cutting a check from somewhere where you don't know if there's any money left in that category.
But that's what I'm saying, if you are looking at the budget to actual on a individual transaction line, you would be able to connect the dots, I guess, easier than trying to track it month to month on checks. You know, so like, right now, the budget is presented from January 1st through 2/9. So you just have all the itemized details in each of those categories.
But this is for, what we've got now is for 2 months.
Right. Yep. Through February 2nd, or February 9th.
So we get an extra column on here then, on our budget, to where we have the first month, or the month that we're talking about separate, and then the combined, and then the budget, and then the remaining.
Which actually brings up a separate issue. Why, when you look at other townships and villages, do they do a month? January 1 to 31? And then everything in February would come up at the March meeting.
Yeah, if you want to do it that way, that's fine by me too. I mean, on the check listing, you can see that there's January checks that are in there and also February checks. So these January checks, you know, they'll show up if you want, like, if you want a January budget to actual and a February one, and May and March and all these months. You know, I mean, at the end of the year, you have 12 of them, and that's.
Yeah, but at the end of the year, we're missing money.
I mean, that's, I disagree, but.
Well, I mean, and it may just be accounting or columns or formulas in Excel. Like, I get it, I work in finance for a living. So, I mean, I'm not in the something nefarious happen camp by any means. But if we're working from the first to the last day of the month and approving that in the next meeting, you know, if we had January 1 to 31, and we have that, then what we're reviewing at the February meeting, we don't care what's happened between February 1 and February 9th. That'll be in the February accounting at the March meeting. And then if we have the categories for each check being written out, and I understand what you said too about some of them may have more than one line item, like I see card member services on here, and ostensibly more than one department might be having charges on a card. And so I get that, and if it says multiple, you know, maybe we have a separate breakdown or whatever we need. But but no matter what happens, there's money not adequately accounted for from the last budget. And here we are in the second month of the year, and we're still trying to sort this out. Stuff's on Facebook, people are angry. This needs to be more straightforward. This almost looks like things are being obscured, not necessarily on purpose, but unnecessarily.
Well,
No one budgets from January 1st to February 9th.
we have QuickBooks, and I have questioned this. We've done this, we've had problems with QuickBooks ever since it was started with problems. Patty, you can attest to that.
I didn't have a problem with QuickBooks, I don't.
Well, yes, you did. You went, the first time you walked out, it was because, and you left just before budget because we were just going into QuickBooks and you
That is
moved
not
out to
correct.
Colorado.
That is-
Anyway,
that is not correct.
I'm saying now, went to the county clerk and she said that most of the clerks now are getting out of QuickBooks. Because it's not a government it doesn't allow for the Form C. We talked about that.
Sure it does.
Form C. And it's not easy. I don't do this, but this is what I've been told, that
Yeah, you were told wrong. It's in there.
with StarWin, which is a government program.
That's worse than QuickBooks.
By far. It's got horrible ratings, most financials
Okay,
don't want to deal with it.
so I called the IT service at the county and I said, can you give us some suggestions of getting a different program that will work better for us? So he's gonna get back to me. He said
Well,
there's many of them.
Until we get a software suggestion, I'm asking the board to take a look at using some, I'm sorry if this offends anybody, some common sense. Let's budget it in normal terms. Let's do a month, not a month and 9 days. Let's do, and I guarantee you, no matter what accounting program you have, QuickBooks, the Star one that nobody likes, I mean, there's a ton of them out there. There's tons of them. But they all, by and large, allow you to tie checks back to given categories. And it can be multiple categories. You can enter more than one. When you're cutting that check, you're putting those categories in, and then it gives you that budget to actual. It gives you that line item. So maybe we get a line, and I think QuickBooks calls it synopsis. I'm not 100% on that. It's been a while since I've used it. You can do a synopsis where it just gives, like what we see with the categories, where it's not giving all the line items under it, but it also allows you to do the larger one with the line items.
So is that an extra cost? I see we did, what, $825, which is paid QuickBooks. Is that synopsis an additional cost then?
I don't believe so. I don't think we've got it for my wife's business, and she does categories because she deals with different insurances.
Yeah.
And I don't believe we paid any kind of a premium for that. And I might be wrong in calling it synopsis. I think that's what it's called, but I deal with a number of programs with my work, so I'm not 100%. But you can do what amounts to an expanded view where you have everything, or a collapsed view. And a lot of them, you just click a little plus next to it, and you see all the checks that went under it for a month, or for 2 months, or for a quarter. But regardless of what this issue is, and regardless of what you guys decide to do with it, let's start with some basics. Let's go to common sense. Let's use a calendar. Let's use regular periods. This meeting should not be approving checks that were cut today. Who the hell had the time to go over and approve that?
They were just dated today. I issued the checks on Friday and sent the check details to the board.
Even, and I get that, but even a few days across the weekend, that's not a lot of time. From January 31st to now, that's almost 10 days that people would have to review that. Not 2 or 3. And a Friday email, I don't know about anybody else here, but if anyone emails me after 10 a.m. on a Friday, I'm not looking at anything. But that's just how I work. But let's use some common sense. Let's just do months. Let's do categories on the checks so that we can see it. Because now, frankly, I don't trust the town with our money. And we shouldn't. We're 2 months into this. Can someone please have some discussion up there and take a look at making this common sense?
Well, that's what I'm trying, that's why I called around, just see what other people were doing and what works for them.
Patty, didn't you have that all set up to where it worked with Form C?
Yeah, it was beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
You can literally do it in Excel.
Yeah. Steve?
I think Eddie's got a valid point, that bank statements are calendar ended for the month end. So is the treasurer's report. There's nothing wrong with having the budget to actual truncate at the end of the month.
The only oddball is gonna be your credit cards, because usually they have a cutoff between the 20th and 23rd.
That'll make it a little bit more difficult in different respects for the clerk and treasurer, but they can work that.
Well, certainly, in my opinion, and I'm not like, don't have the knowledge, but this budget versus actual is much easier to look at and try to figure out what is happening. We have to have, we're supposed to be doing this on a cash basis, right, Donna?
That's the state's terms, yes.
Yes, so, I mean, what comes, you get down what comes in and what goes out. I mean, it shouldn't be that difficult.
But it is, because we're missing
But it
close to
is, because there's so
$132,000.
many entries, yes, it is.
It really seems like a lot of our financial could be cleared up with common sense. I mean, we had how long of an argument about paychecks in a year and number of paychecks and salary caps. Everyone wanted to argue and when we should do it in tax forms and everything else. Why didn't we just do the easy thing and say, hey, the 2 salary positions get their check on the first of the month for the previous month's work. We issue 12 a year and then we never go over salary. Like, there's just no common sense in handling this. And that's not faulting anybody, because as far as I know, I mean, everybody walked into this scenario handling it this way. And everybody's adverse to changing things, but frankly, I don't trust the town anymore with our money. Because it's been proven you can't be trusted.
Any other questions? All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? Abstentions? Okay, motion carried. All right. And we got the budget to actual. And treasurer's report.
Just skipping budget. You have your, the only thing I want you to look at on your January financial
Speak up,
report.
Donna, please.
The only thing I want you to look at on your January financial report is the fact that they reduced the interest rates on the majority from 3.5 or 3.51 on most of them down to 1.57. So I will make an appointment with Tiffany at the bank and see why they cut our interest rate in half. It's because they did it on our tax account, which obviously is our large one. They did it as you go down your highway fund, fire department safety, savings, fire department equipment, and the parks one. They dropped all of those rates, which does not show up until we get our financials, you know, at the end of the month. So I'm just making you aware of it, and I'll go see why. And the other thing that I need is what I collected in taxes for January through the end of January, and then there's a grace period for like 4 days. Then everything goes to the county and they do the settlement, the February settlement. That's not back yet, but it's due the 20th. We'll have to write 6 checks. I collected over 1.5 something in taxes in January through the grace period. There were some that were postmarked late, so I instructed to just send those to the county, which I did. And they will get a settlement sheet ready for us as to what we paid for 3 schools, the 2 techs, and the county. So we'll need 6 checks before the 20th. I don't know what day they'll come in. There's a lot of townships that have to go through the same date thing that I have to go through. We've gotta wait until they go through everything and then send us the balances due. So we have to hold, but we'll need those checks.
So you're looking for 6 settlement checks?
Yes, and we can send you that settlement. John can forward it, he'll get it, I'll get it, and we can send it off to you so you can look at them. But we won't know the dollar amounts until they come in.
So essentially, you need approval to send the 6
Just the 6, yep.
settlement
Mhm,
checks.
mhm.
Okay, so I move to approve 6 settlement checks when they arrive by the 20th.
Second.
Any discussion? No.
Do you
All in
want me to
favor?
call out what those settlement checks are, or do we have it?
It's for,
The 3
They're all the
schools?
same, maybe.
2
Okay.
mid-state, and it's a standard.
All right.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Transfers?
Fund transfers. It's gonna be difficult to know how much to transfer, but that particular transfer, we will match what we make the checks for. So when we get that total, I can't give you a total today, obviously, until I get those settlements, and we'll make each one of those checks match. So that will be, that particular transfer will be for that only.
That amount.
The amount for the 6
Of the
checks.
6.
Yes, we'll have to pay it.
We do need a transfer of approximately $125,000 to cover all the checks in this check run.
Correct.
Other than the settlement?
Correct.
Correct.
So I move to approve $125,000 from
Tax account.
tax savings account to our checking account, and also do a transfer of the settlement amount when we receive that.
Okay.
Can we get a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Any others on there, Donna?
No, thank you.
Well,
Yeah?
with the establishment of the nonprofit for the McMillan Firefighters Association, can we transfer the funds to the association
From Fall Fest?
from Fall Fest? The town needs to take some money out of that first, but, I mean, are you doing those kind of fund transfers tonight or not?
When we're doing transfers, it says funds transfer on the agenda.
So the Fall Fest Savings Account actually owes the town an additional $1,304.31. If you take the amount off of the treasurer's financial report, the funds, the Fall Fest funds to the Firefighters Association, less that transfer would be $40,013.07.
So you need to make 2 transfers, basically.
Yeah, the Fall Fest has to pay the town back.
Right, and that's for the 1,304.31.
Correct.
And then you want to transfer the remainder into your association.
Yeah, the balance of that would be $40,013.07. So essentially, the town would be closing that
That number again, 40,000,
13
013.
40013.07.
So we need 2 motions.
So I move to approve the transfer of $1,304.31 from the fire department savings to checking,
Sure.
Yeah, go to checking.
checking.
You get a second?
Can I second my own?
Second.
Any discussion?
Everything on the association is all done then?
Yeah, we just got all the paperwork.
Bylaws, everything's all done?
Yeah.
All done.
And that's for the 501.
Huh?
We're talking.
Yeah, we'll get you a copy. It literally just got done. So, but yeah, we'll get you a copy of all that stuff.
You got your EIN number and all that good stuff to go with it.
Correct. Yep.
So you're set to go.
Yep.
Okay, did we get a second on that one?
Dave.
Okay. Any other discussion? We're just transferring the $1,304.31 back to the town first. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. So then the next one would be to,
I move to approve the transfer of $20,013.07 from the fire department savings to the association.
Yes.
Okay. And then also close out the fire department savings account.
Yep.
can we get a second?
So that's what we call it, Fire Department Association, is that what it is? Or what's it?
McMilllan Firefighters Association.
Thank you.
Can you be specific in that motion, the McMilllan Firefighters Association? I think I just said association. Thank you.
Can we get a
Just-
second?
Dave seconded.
No, that was.
Oh, I thought you did.
We're on the second motion, correct?
Yes.
Second.
Okay. Now we can get into discussion. Did you want to say something?
Who said second?
Dave?
It'll be that amount plus any accrued interest, because this statement is through January. So there will be some accrued interest in February, whenever that happens, whenever the transfer happens. I'm not sure they'll have that dollar amount the day we transfer. It usually takes them a little bit till the end of the month to calculate that, but we'll add it on.
So will we be able to still see the dollar amount and this report out, or is your report
It'll be his
out?
report.
Do our report.
Okay, so you'll be bringing it back to us, so we'll see the dollars.
What?
Like,
It's-
so,
it's-
It was a 501.
in the 501, yeah, like, because if we're moving,
What are you gonna do that for?
okay, I'm asking for it for every month, like what we see here.
For the association. The
Yes.
association is gonna be its own entity.
But why wouldn't we want to see it, I guess? Because I'm seeing today you have $41,317.38 in your savings account. So wouldn't we want to be able to see it going
The
forward?
town
like-
will have no control over that money.
Oh, we won't?
No, that's,
Okay.
Yeah,
That's-
put into-
Okay, sounds good, thank you, that's all I
That's-
needed for clarification.
okay.
So why did you not go away from the auxiliary? We have we have all that.
All I can tell you is we did this because this is what every other fire department's doing.
This is a 501c3, the
Yeah.
auxiliary is not a 501c3.
Yeah.
No, but it's a tax exempt.
It's only tax exempt through the state of Wisconsin.
Yeah, this is,
This is the national. We could get a donor from California and send them a receipt. This is more protection for the money that the volunteers fundraise than the auxiliary does.
and this opens up grants for us and stuff like that. This opens up a big window of opportunity for the fire department.
Okay. Well, you're welcome for all the years of the auxiliary, because it's kept that whole thing.
It doesn't get rid of the auxiliary.
Yeah,
That entity still exists.
You're still gonna have to have it, because it's the form that you guys are filling out, what's going with that, you're still not gonna be able to get a liquor license. Because it's still tied to the fire department, it's still tied to the entity, right?
McMilllan Fire Association is eligible for a liquor license as a 501c3 nonprofit.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
So if this was talked about last month, I apologize.
Ask away.
So if you're part of the association now, is the township still paying for insurance for things over there? Like, does that change at all, or?
No, because the association owns nothing.
Okay,
Okay, so if we get a grant, okay, and the grant pays for the generator, okay, we still will bring the grant across to say, we got a grant for a generator. Because once we get the grant and it's approved, it now becomes McMillan Fire Department's equipment. The association will own nothing. We will just donate to it.
okay,
So if we donate a generator or get a grant, the township still has to approve that grant because it will then fall into a maintenance schedule.
okay,
Okay? So we can get more opportunities, but we still will bring the opportunities across because any opportunity we create may create a line item budget that you all need to then say, well, that's great, you got a grant, but it's gonna cost us X amount to maintain and we don't want it.
okay,
Okay, so it's still a communication thing.
okay,
It just opens a window where we can do so much more.
okay.
But then, if it's 50/50 cost share, then you'll be back.
But then we'll be back. But, you know, because again, it's something where then our association can say, hey, we really want this as an association, and we have X amount of dollars.
Right.
Then we can come back across the road to the township and say, we believe this is a good thing, we have half the money, can the township do a capital improvement for X amount to support this?
Okay.
So it's still all communication and stuff like that, because you guys have to approve what we're gonna give you.
Okay. I just wanted to ask, because I didn't know.
No, good question.
Thanks.
Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Are we finally to new business?
No, I have another one.
Okay.
There was a deposit from the December 26th, that funding, and I think it was December 20th, right, John? That
18 to 20.
I believe it was December 20th, it was $18,078.70. Can we put that into the fire department equipment savings account, 9527?
That 18,000, was that the money for Fall Fest, Tom? The expenses for Fall Fest? I think it is. That the town approved? I don't remember. I think that's what it is.
I'm not sure, what's the question?
The question for me is, the 18,000 that she's talking about, those were the expenses accrued for Fall Fest?
No.
No.
Oh, okay, what do you,
What is that?
what name?
$18,078.70 was deposited ACH from the state as the 2026 FAT funding to the town. I believe it was December 20th. I'm just asking to put it into the savings account.
I think we have to balance 25's budget first.
No, it's not in any budget. I just want to bring it,
Yeah, we got,
With the revenue.
okay?
It's up to the board. We're gonna make a motion to,
because we already got the paperwork, all the,
We already got the money.
yeah, we already got the money. So somewhere in the,
So I still don't understand what it is, where you got the money from.
you know the
FAT funding.
FAT. So we have the savings right now,
Yes,
okay, of Patty, the 16,000
yes,
from last year, okay?
yes.
Now we got 2026's money. We already got that in the end of December. You guys have that money. That money, irregardless of your budget, has to be transferred into our savings account. So what we're looking for is to move money, irregardless if your budget is balanced or not. That's our money.
we have to have the money to balance, to transfer it. And we need to see where we're at, so we gotta get our,
And what was that number, Patty? 18,000?
18,078 and 70 cents.
Because we have to reconcile that with the state.
And that had to do with, they put extra money in because of the EMS side equation, right?
No, are you thinking of the supplemental shared revenue? Because this is fact.
Possibility.
This is fact.
Okay.
This is a different program.
Yeah, because you didn't get any of that EMS. It all went in the highway.
For the supplemental shared revenue, correct?
Correct. But this doesn't go in this, yeah.
Well,
This is the,
how did it go into highway?
it did, that's where it got put. Because I questioned that some time ago.
She questioned
I
Yeah.
just thought it got put into,
No, that was the law, the thing that was for,
it. Legislature,
primarily for the EMS.
because the EMS
oh, you're
throughout the
talking
state.
years ago when they did all this.
No, this was just this last year. And so it all went, I questioned that, and it all went into the fire, the roads,
Right.
highway. So,
When was that transferred into the budget and the roads then?
well, when we never saw it, it never came out of the general fund. Correct, John? That shared revenue, all that money, there was like $65,000 extra for EMS,
There was certainly no motion that was made
not
at
to
all
put
in
it in the highway.
2025 to move any amount of dollars from the shared revenue into the highway for the fire department.
That's correct.
There was no
It just went
no
in
motion
there.
was made to move that from the main checking. It went into the main checking. That's where the state sent it. That's where it stayed.
So it did not go to highway.
So I thought that you said that it went to the highway then. Maybe I don't remember correctly. But I remember, so it's just in the general fund.
You didn't get it, I didn't get it, it's just there.
I got a sign for it sooner or later, so it needs to go into savings.
All right, are we done
Can
at this point?
we make a motion to move that?
No. We have to get our budget squared away, and our money's in the checking account at this point. So we need to figure that out first. We got notes, we'll keep you in mind. New business. Finally. Call for road material bids,
And what are we asking for?
like we always do.
Standard ones, John, or what, base course, granite,
Don't forget calcium chloride.
calcium chloride, granite.
Now what dates do you want to use? Should I make a motion so we can talk about this?
But who?
Let's see, he's working on getting the list to do the motion, right, Dave?
Well, it should be pretty much the same as what we always put out.
Right, I'm just.
Well, things always get forgotten, so.
No, it shouldn't be.
What do we usually ask for bids? Anything I'm missing?
The aggregate,
Base course, granite, calcium chloride.
and the aggregate, the larger stuff.
So last year we requested bids for decomposing granite
Right.
by the ton delivered. Base course, 5/8 to 3 1/4 minus and 1 1/4 minus by the ton. Aggregate gradation number 2 by the ton. Shell rock sand by the ton. Dirty breaker 6 to 8 inch by the ton.
And calcium chloride.
Last year I think we did calcium chloride at a
Or we
different
forgot
time.
about it or something.
I think we forgot about it, didn't get put in.
Right.
We need to
But
put that
there
in.
was only one game in town, correct?
I thought there was somebody else that was looking at bringing something else
Well,
forward.
there was magnesium chloride was the other, not calcium.
Yeah, but wasn't there somebody else that was gonna start doing this? I thought,
There's always rumors of it, yeah. So let's put
from
it out
over
there.
by Day area or something on that order?
Yeah.
Did you check with Marathon County and see if they could just come and spray it?
Huh?
Did you check with Marathon County and see if they could just come and spray it?
Why?
Because we spray it for townships in Wood County.
Yeah. We'll take a check, see what they charge. I can call the county.
Okay, anything else?
Not that I know of. Need a motion.
Move to put out bids for road materials.
Second. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. The innovation planning grant is the next item. The reason I had John put this on the agenda is, I think we're done with the beginning grant with clerk and treasurer, aren't we? And then we would go into or apply for the second grant?
No, I think that there's not any, like,
I thought there were two.
agreement or anything to move forward. There's nothing to move, there's no framework to apply for a second grant currently.
Okay.
I mean, from my perspective, the next steps would be, for McMilllan representatives to meet with Stratford representatives to see if there's an agreement that can be made to transfer some or all services, and then, if so, then write for a second grant that would be for the innovation grant.
Now, who would benefit from that? Would McMilllan or would it be Stratford?
So the consultants would probably be better to ask about that. My expectation is that everyone would benefit. It would be a mutually beneficial grant for, this consolidation would be mutually beneficial for all parties, including the employee. So the way that I envision it would be to set up some sort of like governing body over the position that has McMilllan representatives and Stratford representatives, so that they're both directing this position or positions workload. And as a result, the way that I understand the grant, both municipalities would be transferors, so then there would be more, because the transferor is the one that determines how much money is available for the grant as a result. So both entities are transferors, so then there's more basis for distribution. And then, that's how I envision it anyways. But I
So
think
at the end of, after all this study has been done and the recommendations that have been made, we still have an outlook, right? But you still say no.
Oh, yeah, for sure, yeah.
So that we're kind of halfway into this thing.
Yeah, the
Right,
consultants made a presentation, and then I met with Stratford representative, the village president with the consultants. And then I said that I would bring it to you guys and try and get some representatives to meet with their representatives to see if there's a way to move this forward. But yeah.
So what would it consist of?
That would be for the representatives to hash out.
I mean, are you going to be doing
No, absolutely
both
not.
jobs?
No.
Well, that's what I'm wondering.
I have no interest in being this full-time person for Village of Stratford and McMilllan, no. I'm barely keeping up with McMilllan duties.
So why would we go with Stratford? I don't understand it.
Well, that was kind of the recommendation, that's what they said,
Yeah, well, I wasn't real impressed. I wasn't, I mean, you got a PowerPoint runoff, and how much did we spend on them?
Yeah, well, they gave us the money. And we spent-
Well, I know, but
And
still.
that's everybody's money here,
Yeah, I know.
yeah. And that was
I
quite
wasn't
something.
impressed with it.
I hear ya. got them a job.
Well, yeah. I'm just saying, you know, you get a copy of a PowerPoint, and that was basically what we got out of it.
So it's,
You'll get a 41-page report from Dana.
Oh, for the fire department?
Yeah.
We've spent probably around, through the end of December, probably I'd say around $7,100 for McMahon and their work.
And, how much was the grant that you applied for that?
The total the town received was.
No, just for the clerk and treasurer. Because I know there were 3 different grants there, am I correct?
You're right.
35,000, I think, was EMS, and there was 40,000, I believe, for the fire department. I don't remember how much that clerk and treasurer were.
I think the fire was 44.
44?
But Dana's already got the 40,000 for the fire
Okay.
department. And he told me, it don't matter, he gets paid.
spend the money. That's what
The
it's-
administration was for $43,000.
So he's got more money
EMS,
coming.
EMS, you said?
No.
Administration, clerk and treasurer.
Administration.
For the clerk treasurer. But we got PowerPoint run off.
That is,
So what do
That's
we,
sad.
that's bizarre, yeah.
yeah,
We're spending people's money that, I don't know.
So.
Well,
do we
there's a
need to-
push on the planning grant and do the planning grant for entities to apply for the innovation grant. That's what he said at the training. Oh, look, you can get $156,000 in 1 year.
Yeah, looks good up front, like everything.
Well, and that's what I asked. Well, that guy that gave the presentation is the consultant for the fire department and EMS. And I asked him, I said, what are you gonna come in here and tell us, because everything that you wanna see, we're already looking into. And he goes, oh, well, that don't matter, I still get paid, so just send me this and I'll send your board a report.
So do we need to do anything?
Well, I guess I was kind of curious on where's the advantage of hooking up with Stratford or whatever. I mean, I just don't,
And what they're trying to say is that by us joining up with them or them joining up with us, is that they're trying to make a position where there's 2 people, it's 1 person.
yeah, I know, but we had one. And they don't have any. So do the math.
Yeah, I know. What do you want to do? Make a decision here.
I don't think.
I mean, I'm assuming you're hiring a full-time person versus a part-time person. I mean, I
They
don't
had a
think you're-
full-time person over before us, didn't they?
and now they have
The
nothing.
Village of Stratford has always been full-time.
Full-time, that's what I
And
thought.
there's 4 people in that office.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we need to do anything.
No, I don't think we need to move forward with it though, do you?
I don't see if there's a benefit to our township by this.
I don't either. Any motion?
Motion to not do anything?
Pretty much.
But, so I would think that we would wanna send the money back, whatever's remaining off it. If we're gonna,
Well, yeah,
if
I
we're gonna
agree.
cancel all these grants, these planning grants, then I think that we should like settle up the bills
Call it good.
and then try and return the money that's left over.
Yeah.
And if they don't want to tell me, we got a spot for it. I just can't,
Did Stratford seem like they wanted to talk, or
Yes.
why don't we just take 2 people and have them have a conversation?
Well-
Go to the board next month.
they're sitting with nobody.
Well, I understand that you're sitting with nobody,
Okay.
but
Well, go ahead. Knock yourself out.
They also just closed their application date, the date of your last town board meeting.
Was it?
Yeah, so, I mean, they could have filled it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they have, I don't know.
Yeah, they said that they were interviewing people, I haven't spoke to Keith, if they found anyone or not, but they were interviewing people.
I just don't see where the advantage to McMillan is. I really don't. But if you wanna have one more meeting.
Is this just for the administration?
Mhm.
No, I mean, it's.
Or for all of
A
it?
decision could be made on all 3 of the grants that we have.
Well, we've already paid for Dana, didn't you say, Patty?
Yeah, July.
But we never got a report out from that. We
No.
only got it from the clerk and treasurer, right?
Right.
So you
He's
want to be
gonna
a
send
part
you
of,
his.
you want to be a part of Stratford for the fire department?
This is just, we just need to put this innovation thing to bed and move on.
There you go.
Dana's gonna send you the report anyway.
Oh, she is.
But like I said, the push is that the innovation planning grant was funded so that people could figure out if they want to apply for the innovation grant. The innovation grant is due, I think it's March 31st. So your application window is closing, which is why all these consultants are pushing this now, because they're gonna write the grant and get
Another grant writer, a bunch of money in their pocket.
money.
Yeah. So she made a motion to table it or do nothing, right?
I didn't really make any motion.
Oh, I thought.
I just
okay,
said, do
you
we
did.
want to do anything?
Yeah, okay.
Well, I just don't, just my thoughts, I just don't see where it's gonna be real beneficial.
Yeah.
Well, anyone I've talked to within the fire department, both on EMS and fire side, if I asked them, did you guys support this grant when it was applied for? And I never got a affirmative answer, once. Because anything that Dana is reviewing has already been done from people in the department. And now he's gonna get, well, he already got 40,000, and now, according to the contract, he gets another 35 for the 41 paid report.
And he's gonna get that regardless,
That's what he told me.
so.
Sign the contract.
Okay, so what do we need to do here? Somebody needs to make a motion to, or just leave it be? What do you do?
Well, they're gonna be pushing for us to apply for the next grant, am I correct?
So I don't think we applied for the next grant at
Well,
all.
that's kind of my thought. So I just don't see the advantage.
I wasn't for the first grant, so
Well, you voted for it, so.
I voted for it because that's what everybody out there wanted, so.
Yeah,
We
right,
did it.
right.
Find out what we do.
I think I've
Well,
been against it from day one. I don't know.
But anyway, we need a motion. What do you want to do here?
I moved not to apply for any more innovation grants specific to this.
I'll second it.
How does that sound?
And you wanna say, hey, what we,
What else do you need in that?
Well, there's
I would say
contracts been
settle,
signed.
settle your bills and send back what we don't lose.
Correct.
Settle what we have to.
If they take it back, I don't know.
I guess I'd like to see the 44-page report. I just
We're getting
paid
that
for it.
regardless.
Well, that's what I said, we paid for it, so.
Yeah,
But I guess I would like to see it.
and he's never even been over there, has he?
No, that's on me.
He's not coming over there until he gives his report.
Why, did you not do your paperwork?
I have no idea what I didn't do.
Anyway, okay. Make a motion, John, please.
Motion to not apply for any more innovation grants, settle bills, and coordinate return of funds.
And we have a second on that?
Carolyn?
Okay. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. All right, 2025 budget. We have a problem.
We need to get that balanced.
Well, we have a problem because our W-2s are wrong. As the last
so we're looking January through December,
2025.
yes.
We need to get it straightened out. We had asked John to put the last payroll that we talked about into 26, correct? Okay. Those wages are on the 2025 W-2s.
So
And did you ever take it out of 2025?
Yeah.
give me a line.
So,
So right now, what it shows is, we got W-2s, I got 3 of them for sure, but I'm sure it's all of them on that last payroll, that, they got the last payroll on their 25 wages, and it's supposed to be in 26.
I already gave that to my tax man.
Yours doesn't count. You didn't get one dated the 28th.
Oh,
It wasn't paid until January, okay? But he still put those wages into 25 on the
Yeah, I know.
W-2s. Am I correct, John?
Yes.
so now what?
They need to be corrected. So it would be Kurt's, Randy's, Casey's, Rod's, I think you got a check into Rod. Donna's, John's, and Gus, wasn't it? Yeah.
The motion in December's meeting was to reflect checks 21138 to 21144, reflect those in 2026. There was no motion made to change the check date. This was discussed at the meeting. The checks were held into the first day of 2026.
Right.
After which Donna distributed them at whatever time. I made a journal entry to remove the expenses from 2025's budget to actual, and I put them into 2026 as the motion stated.
But they're in, on 2025's W-2s.
But that's already too late.
No, it isn't, you can correct them. So you'll have to correct them, John.
Right.
Yeah, because you can't have a,
The check date was 12/28/25.
but you were also directed to put that into 2026.
Yes, and that's what I did. The budget to actual,
But they're
2026.
on 2025's W-2s. It's gotta be corrected, otherwise, as of right now, it looks like we have it in 2 budgets.
No, it doesn't.
These are wrong, John. We asked you to put it into 26.
It was, let's see, so the budget to actual in January, let's see.
Of 26.
Yeah.
So how are you gonna fix it?
I don't believe there's an error to fix.
You don't think there is anything
No.
to fix? And, so they don't, you're using all your stuff from 25, but it's in 26?
Deb, isn't your assertion that the payroll should have, the payroll date, the
The
paycheck
payroll
date
date
should have
was
been 1/2?
January 2nd, actually.
Right, so you're saying that the payroll date should have been 1/2, therefore there would not have been any more paychecks issued prior to the meeting on 1/12. So your assertion is that the payroll didn't get booked in the 26th.
We had a payroll 119, I believe it was, wasn't it?
Yeah, so the budget to actual through 1/12 shows clerk FICA and wages expense of $1,414.52. So if the stuff was reflected in 25 as you're asserting, then there would be $0 reflected in this budget to actual that was presented on 1/12.
It says 25, it's on here.
Yeah, the W-2s, yep, you're right. The W-2s calculated
That
based
should
on
have
check
been.
date, which was not.
That's because you didn't change the date like we had originally asked you.
No, the
The
motion
pay
was
date was
to,
supposed to be January 2nd. We told you to put it into 26, and you have it on 25's W-2s.
the motion was to reflect the payroll for those checks in the 2026 budget to actual, which I did.
Okay, so then do we need a new motion to have a correction to the WW2 so that they're reflected in 2026?
I figured that it would be done already. You know, you don't put it in 25 when you're gonna be taking out a 26 budget.
So how do you propose that I change the check date on the checks that were issued?
You were asked to do that, and you refused.
No, that's not what the motion says.
I
The
don't
motion
care what the
clearly-
motion says, I was here at the meeting, and I asked you to change the dates on those checks.
Yes, you probably did, but the board did not agree on that.
Well, you didn't give the board much of a choice, John, but this needs to be
I'm not the
corrected.
chairman.
Okay, so what are we doing?
We need to correct these,
Okay.
okay? And it's the payroll from, that he had dated 12/28. So these need to be corrected. So that the payroll reflects in 2026 and on their W-2s for 2026.
So I move to have the W-2s corrected to reflect 2026.
Can we get a second?
I'm sorry, can you say your motion again?
I move to have the W-2s updated to reflect monies that should be applied in 2026.
And you seconded that?
Yes.
Discussion?
My question is, how does this affect our employees now?
Well, if you can catch them before they have their taxes done, they'll get a corrected W-2.
Will that be corrected then at state level?
It should be,
So
because I had even told you, when you put that in 26, your 941, because you had already paid the taxes, will show a refund.
Yeah, right. I told you all that all of this was incredibly a lot of work that made zero impact one way or the other. Other than Deb's assertion that the clerk was going to get 27 payrolls in 25 instead of 26. That was the only thing. That's the only
Listen,
actual,
You can't change the payroll dates in midstream, John.
there's nothing that says that we have to have the payroll date on a Friday. And if there is, I'd like you to show
Oh,
me.
yeah, it does.
Where does it say that?
That's how this town had set this up many, many, many years ago.
And where does it say that?
Well, why don't you go back to the beginning of time? And then I'm sure it's in there someplace.
Well, let's settle.
I mean, come on, John.
Here now.
You know how to do this. We talked about the 941. I said there should be a refund on there. Did you do that correctly? Or doesn't it show the refund?
No, I did it correctly. It's correct. That's correct. The 941 is correct. The budget to actual is correct. I did exactly what the motion said. It said reflect the payroll in the budget to actual 2026. I removed that payroll from the budget to actual 2025, put it in 2026.
Then why is it on the 2025 W-2?
Because the check was dated 12/28/25. There was no direction to change the check.
We
check
did
date.
ask you and you refused to
I
do
did
that.
not. That's not what the minutes reflect.
Of course they don't.
Well, you approved them.
John,
Okay, so can we
these
just
need
get
to
this
be
corrected?
corrected.
And-
Let's just get it done.
It's gotta be done.
Yes. And do we know who we all need to correct?
Be the ones that were made out on 12/28.
So how many are?
There should be, well, there's Randy's, there's Kurt's, there's Casey's, there's Gus's, there's Donna's, and there's John's.
6, huh?
Yeah,
And Rod.
and Rod's.
And Rod.
And Rod, I'm sorry,
If
Rod.
if it's there, I don't.
I thought there
okay,
was one
I think there's one in there.
So you're correcting
7
7
W-2s.
W-2s.
Mhm.
So-
In addition, I'm also going to be having to correct the W-2s, the reconciliation with the state. I'm
Mhm.
also going to have to correct the 941.
Mhm.
That's all I can think of off the top of my head.
It'll be a mess for the people that are in fire.
Yeah,
Well,
this will
actually,
be,
it's
this
not
will be
that
a
bad.
detriment to the employees. This is going to be a negative on the employees. If they've already filed their taxes, they're going to have to
Well, I
file
know
an
3
amended.
that haven't. Did
If
you
they're,
file
if they've
yours?
already filed their taxes, they're going to have to file an amended return.
Exactly.
So this is going to be a lot more effort on the employees for,
No.
I'm not sure what benefit is being achieved here.
Rod, you didn't file yours?
I did not file mine because I knew this was playing around. I'm sorry,
And I know these 3 people didn't. And I know Gus didn't, because they haven't been to my house yet. So Donna,
I
John,
did.
well, you can send an amended return in. It's pretty basic.
you know what you're doing with it, unlike some of us.
Mhm.
So why were ours not included?
Because our pay period was before the 28th of December. See, that pay period should have been dated for January 2nd. And then we wouldn't have this.
But instead, I tried to book all the 2025 expenses into 2025 as directed previously, so I accelerated the.
I didn't direct you to do that.
So I accelerated the check date. I'm not sure what employees are complaining about getting a check that's dated for 12/28 instead of 1/2.
It's a misrepresentation of what, because it was supposed to be a 26.
So what's the motion?
The motion currently is to have W-2s corrected to reflect payroll that was reflected in 26.
And that's already been seconded.
By Rob.
Any more discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
So now what?
Now we go to the audit.
Well, the budget we can't approve yet because we haven't corrected that. We also need, on the budget, we need to put the revenue in the budget that we had received through the year. And I do believe, and I think I showed you and Carolyn at that time, that'll take care of a lot of the discrepancy. So we need to do that.
So what about the audit?
Well, that's after we,
After you get this done?
yeah.
Okay.
Do we wanna do an audit?
Yes.
I think so too.
Get the numbers in order and be
Get an audit.
best we can
Exactly.
and get an audit.
Get it done.
All right, you want me to call around to see who we can get it done, get some prices?
I think so.
John, I think about the last one we had,
That was in what, 16, Patty?
that was,
2015 was audited in 2016.
so that was that guy from Wausau,
I thought it was Point.
was
Sure
it?
it was Wausau.
I think it was roughly, wasn't it?
John somebody.
And there were two people that came in. And that was a review audit.
Right.
Yes.
That's what, how deep you
Yes,
want it,
yes.
right?
I'll get
Well,
that.
and, I mean, they
He did, they did a
They'll
good
rank
job. They did it set more than once.
What did that one cost, the review?
I thought that was like 3 or somewhere between 3 or 5.
Yes, exactly.
Well, that was
But-
10 years
but-
ago.
Yeah, so
It was
it's gonna be
15
more
done
than
in-
that.
in 16, yeah.
It'll be a heck of a lot more than that, but I think you're gonna do it, you do it, the whole thing.
Okay.
It's gonna cost us.
Do you
So
want
you
me to
say
get
whole thing,
prices?
he's talking review again or forensic?
I don't know who to go to.
What?
I don't remember.
You say whole thing, you want forensic audit or review again?
I'll discuss it with the auditor and see what we come up with.
See what they
first.
come up with,
Yeah.
yes, what it would cost. And there'll be a lot of difference.
We need a motion to at least get prices for the audit for 2025.
I'll make a motion to, look into the prices of an audit on probably 2, 3 different businesses,
Okay.
auditors,
3 or 4.
3 or 4, whatever, however many you think,
And what they recommend too.
and what they recommend.
Okay. I don't remember what the name of it was. I thought we did for Wausau one year. Yeah,
I think
bet-
that's the guy that, it's John Shank or something, I don't know. I
That
can't
sounds
remember.
right, Carolyn. I'll see if they're still in
Yeah.
business. But I thought there was somebody from Point also. And the problem with that is
I
that
don't
they're
know.
too long.
I don't know. So,
Okay.
Do we,
We got a
was
motion,
that, I
we
made
got
the
a
motion,
second.
was it second?
I don't have a second.
second?
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. All right, attorney access. What do you want to do there? Lee was so impressed with you, Dave.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. I'm
Yeah,
impressed
he was
with
not
him.
happy. I'm just telling you, he called me and,
That's what I asked. I said if I wanted access to it, and I said, talk to the chair.
mhm.
So,
Who
We
wants
put
to
that,
come?
we put that into effect
To stop a lot of the extra
because
costs.
everybody under the sun was going to the attorney, and the attorney bills were monstrous. And so,
I remember 30,000 that year, Carolyn.
yeah, well, yeah, because that didn't have anything to do with that. That one was something different. So, and I, you
So
know.
what do you want? You wanna call the attorney? Who wants to call him, or do you want everybody to just be able to willy-nilly call?
No, I think the state statutes said that all of the supervisors should have the ability to address so that means the 5 of us.
Okay, because you were the one that.
That's
had
what I
that
said,
taken
I'm the
away.
one that did that because the bills were so high. Everybody under the sun was going to the attorney, anybody and everybody. So we thought maybe to hold down the cost, that's why we put it into place.
and I think we owe it
And-
to, go ahead.
And so I think that, you go by the state statute that says that all supervisors should be able to go to the attorney.
Is that your motion?
Yes,
Where's that state statute? Is it in this packet?
I don't know, it's in there, I know it is, so.
Well, if it gets out of hand, we can change it.
The other question I got, I guess, is to try to keep this at hand, because obviously people are not trusting or whatever within the issue. Maybe the best thing is that we're all CC'd in all communications, all questions that go to the lawyer and all that come back out, the answers that come out. That way we don't have to re-ask, we don't have to worry about people spinning things or.
It turns into a walking quorum, doesn't it?
It could.
Yeah, it could hurry.
It would.
I don't know if it's a good idea.
You can't do that, because then you gotta, basically are having your. board
You're
meeting.
having your visitation, with
Yeah.
all of us, yes. So I think just follow we can look it up in the state statutes and go by that.
Do we have anything in the ordinance for that? You know that?
No.
I don't think it ever got, I don't think it was ever,
There was
it
no
was a
ordinance.
policy,
Yeah,
so.
yeah, I don't really care one way or the other, it's up to you guys, but like I said, if it gets out of hand,
Well,
How
for
you
the
gonna
most
measure
part,
that?
I don't know of anything I need to.
How are you gonna measure that?
I have no idea. Wait for the bills to start pouring in,
Yeah, we'll see.
because they will.
I haven't called the attorney.
I haven't either.
I haven't either, so, anyway.
Dave did.
I don't
I
think
did, I
it
was
will not.
chastised for it, so.
He said he was not impressed with you at all.
No, I wasn't impressed with him. Let's get it all out on the table here.
Yeah,
Well,
for what
but-
reason?
He's the one that has it all in writing when it happened,
Yeah.
and so, he sticks to it, so that's the deal.
Okay.
So I
What are
think
you
that,
talking about? You lost me.
huh?
You lost me.
When we did it in the first
Oh,
place.
Right, and
Yes,
that's
yes,
why, yes.
yes, but he sticks to that decision that we made,
Uh-huh,
that's why,
yeah.
that's why he doesn't wanna talk to anybody else.
Well,
Because that's what the agreement was. So, but I don't know how well it was documented, but he has that document.
mhm.
So I don't know where you're gonna find it here, but anyway. So, okay.
Find it in the minutes
Beat the
of
horse, dead horse here.
2016.
So we have,
There you go. See, they're in the minutes in 2016.
are they in the minutes in 2016?
Yes.
Okay, okay. Okay, so that was the reason, right? That was the reason we did it.
Move on.
Did we vote on anything there, or?
No, we didn't vote.
We just, the motion in a second?
Pardon?
I don't have a second.
Who made the motion?
Carolyn.
Okay.
I'll second it.
All in favor, say aye.
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 What was the motion?
The
Motion to
was
allow all
to,
supervisors to contact the attorney.
We'll do a roll call vote on this.
That's not what you said, Carolyn.
what did he say? What did I said that all going by state statutes, that it says in there that all supervisors should be are able to go to an attorney that we hire. So I can't remember it exactly what it was, but that's what we agreed on, and Patty, you said that's what was in the minutes.
I'd like to see
In
this.
2016, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm
That's not
talking
the
about,
motion
that's
you
what we're talking about.
That's not the motion he just read back to you.
So the motion is according to state statutes to allow all supervisors to contact the attorney?
Yes,
There you go.
yes.
I'd like to see the state statute before I vote on this.
Well, I didn't make it up.
Well,
I'd like to still read it.
I didn't go there, and I didn't make it up either. So,
Yeah.
I don't know if it's in.
I don't know if it is either. Can we just table this till next month? So that way we can find it? Or I guess we could vote, whatever, it doesn't matter, whatever everybody wants to do.
and we have a second on the motion?
Rod did it, didn't
Yeah.
Yes.
he? Do a roll call then.
We'll do a roll call, John.
Rod,
Aye.
Nicole,
Nay.
Dave,
Aye.
Carolyn,
Aye.
Deb.
No. And I'd like to see the state statutes too, so can you bring them to the next meeting or email them to us?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Approve open book and board of review dates and times.
Beth reached out to me, she said she'd like to hold open book on May 6th from 5 to 7 p.m. and board of review on May 13th from 5 to 7 p.m.
Run those by me again, May 6th.
May 6th for open book, 5 to 7 p.m. Board of review, May 13th, 5 to 7 p.m.
Are those Wednesdays?
You got calendars all over and everybody's looking on their phone.
Yes.
The 6th is on a Wednesday and so is the 13th.
Yeah.
The statute says it's governed by board policy, not that all supervisors have access.
What does it say?
It literally says, in Wisconsin, the right of individual township supervisors to speak to the town attorney is governed by town board policy rather than a single universal state statute.
Well, they just voted for it, so.
But that was according to statute.
It's under statute 6041, so not all supervisors have access. That's incorrect.
So now you would have to go back to your township ordinances to see who can got that.
Policy.
Okay. Wow. But we're updating that now.
So what happens to that motion that was made then?
It's already passed.
Even if the state
Well, because
statute
that
is
says,
bullshit?
it says that the board can do that, and so we.
According to state statutes, which is what the motion says, right?
Pardon?
Well,
Yeah,
according to
she
state
said
statutes?
according to state
Yeah,
statute.
so the
Yeah.
state statute says you can't, so now it goes back to whatever the township rules are.
Yeah, there you go.
Can I say something? As a taxpaying resident, this is like having a fox guard the hen house. Because you two there, from past performance, and Obek, I'm looking right at you, $30,000 in attorney fees that year.
And as a
Remember that?
resident also, I think it's good to have more than one, and I think the town supervisor should be able to know what's going on.
Then why do we have a town supervisor?
Point of
I
order.
mean, they're
What's wrong with
chairman.
having more? Why do we have just one person?
Come on, you guys, knock it off. There, how's that? Very good.
So, I move to approve the open book date of May 6th and the board of review date on May 13th, both times at 5 to 7 p.m.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. The transportation resolution is, I believe that is one we got from Wisconsin Towns Association, am I correct?
Correct.
Need a motion? That one will be sent to the state, correct?
Right. Yes. I'll make that motion.
We have a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion?
What are we doing with it, approving it, or?
We got it at the town association.
Okay.
What they do is they go after extra funding for roads and that type of thing.
It says it, we got $901 per mile in the last dozen years, or in the invention of local road improvement. So that's part of that local road improvement that we're getting 90-10 on.
Oh, okay, that we just got an email on today.
And that's due to the town association lobbying the legislatures in Madison for that extra stuff. And it also, it's agriculture road improvement and small bridge program, which is coming up, correct?
Oh, yeah, we're gonna get to that.
To the next agenda item, so we should support that at the state
Okay.
level.
Sounds good.
And I think that's
Yes.
it.
I think it's this one, yeah.
Yeah.
So we got a motion, we got a second?
Ron?
Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. That's a good
Yeah.
day.
That's not, is that just one resolution that goes in, or does
Yes.
everybody of us that got that, do we all sign it?
Right here.
No,
Just the one?
you only have one signature on the resolution. The
Okay.
chair
Yeah,
and the
okay.
clerk.
Yeah.
So, yeah. What's the date today?
The 9th, February 9th,
February?
2026.
Is it really?
2026.
You go, John. Okay. Dairyland Balloon Jubilee. They would like to have a meeting about the roads, okay, with Sheriff's Department. And the way it's sounding, didn't you get a phone call?
Yeah, I need to go through it when you're ready.
Yeah. I'd like to know, are we gonna be taking care of it? Because they haven't approached us while we're Sabbath for fire and EMS.
They didn't pay us for last year, did they?
No.
Correct.
So,
Did the bill go out?
but when you go up to the county, they act as though this is a done deal.
Hi, you want me to?
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so I got a call again from Marathon County Sheriffs. I'm gonna blame me for not understanding what's going on up there, okay? The sheriff wants to know if we're in or out, okay? The sheriff's department, from my understanding, is only taking care of events outside a balloon fest. So roads, accidents, stuff like that. If there's a crime inside, they'll take care of that. Okay? I keep telling the sheriff's department that there can only be one IC. There can only be one top boss. Okay? Back and forth. Here's what's gonna happen. Or here's what I need you five as a town board to say if we are in or if we are out for Balloon Fest. Completely. Fire department, EMS, from that standpoint. Because the sheriff's department wants an answer from me.
Yeah.
Are we doing it or aren't we? Okay. Huh?
Do you have personnel involved? Do you want to be involved? I guess that's the first question.
Well, I think the first question is, are we gonna get paid? Because we didn't get paid last time.
We didn't get paid from last year.
Well, then I wouldn't work for them again.
Well, this is why we're bringing it up with the camera there, okay?
Did you send out that billing? Okay, the billing is sent out.
They have to come sit down with us here at McMilllan in that fire building if they want any help. They're not going to do that. Okay? So as a town board, whatever decision is made, we have to understand come June, we're going to get thrown under the bus. If we say we're not doing nothing, we're going to get publicly hung because we're the bad township that wasn't willing to do nothing. Okay? everybody, I'm sure most of the people in the audience by now knows how mean I was at the last one. Okay?
Screwed at the cheese curds.
Yeah, so we have to uniformly make that decision. If they aren't gonna sit down, I don't want nothing to do with it. The liability alone is, I mean, I wanna go to California or something. Because they have no concept of how to run this event. And they're gonna get people hurt. They have no concept of traffic, I mean, irregardless if we say we're not doing nothing, somebody still has to inspect the tents, the food vendors, all that stuff.
And that still rolls back on us because we're the authority
Exactly.
having legislation. So we're, I mean, either we're as a board, I think is what Kevin's getting at here, is either we're saying yes or no to the Balloon Fest.
The whole
That means-
thing.
That means no liquor license, that means nothing that
Nothing.
comes across this board we're gonna do.
If they aren't willing to come sit down with us in that building over there,
Or even this one here.
no, I want that one, they owe us money. If they aren't willing to come sit down with us, then as a board, I mean, whatever you guys make for a decision, then that's it unless they publicly sit here and change your mind.
And we've asked for them to come.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I got a question for you. Who's basically in charge for deciding on how the entry for that Balloon Fest was? I mean, Farm Progress Days, we had 4 or 5 different entries. Okay, everybody went through, they parked. There
Yep.
was no issue. You
Correct.
pay at the gate, you walk in. Here we have one entry. Who in their right mind would do something like that? I mean, who is responsible for dealing with that situation?
Balloon Fest is responsible for dealing with all them situations, okay?
Okay.
Fire department and EMS, our responsibility was to park some rigs, have some people walk around, and take care of anybody that got hurt, injured, sick, okay?
Okay.
Long story short, we got stuck with it all. Okay? When I say all,
I understand what you're saying.
Yep.
I'm still going back to my question.
yeah, they are
They're supposed to be responsible for
they
it.
are supposed to be, but they're not
Okay.
going to
Is
take
there-
it.
Is our board or anybody supposed to coordinate with them and find out what the plan is ahead of time?
We tried that.
We've tried. We tried with Marathon County sitting in.
You just leave these people come in there and just friggin' do whatever the hell they want? That ain't the way Farm Progress Days work.
Well, Farm Progress was, and I don't want to talk outside my pay grade, state, federal. I mean, there was a lot of people involved, okay? Because that's a statewide thing. So Farm Progress is a little different because you got a whole series of people involved. But Balloon Fest is the same as Fall Fest that we hold and Farm Tech Days. You need to have monthly meetings saying who's in charge of parking, who's in charge of safety, who's in charge of putting up snow fence, who's in charge of protecting the neighbors so people don't walk through their poor people's lawn day and night.
I agree.
And there was none of that.
Why?
Because Wellers were running the show, and they think they still are. Because when,
Did they not have to have a permit in order to do it?
well, county will supply them with that, we don't. But when, I went up to Marathon County, and we had a meeting with, I think it was Andrew, Lieutenant, somebody or other.
I wasn't allowed.
Oh, okay. Isn't that what his name was, Patty?
I
don't
think
know.
so.
And then, the sheriff came in. Wallers took over the conversation. No matter what we tried to say, they knew better.
Well, I think it's a great deal for the community. I mean, a
yeah,
lot of people.
100%.
But the way it went down, with the way the parking, I mean, I'm standing by my house, okay, before I even go there, and I'm looking at this, and I could already see it was a frickin' disaster before anything even happened, for Christ's sake. I mean, common sense tells you can't put frickin' 10,000 people through one gosh darn pay spot.
We can replace
So-
culverts and shut roads down.
I mean, if they wanna do it again, it's great. But sit down with them and tell them, this is what's required.
They won't sit down.
That's
Then
the problem.
how?
And I agree with you. I believe the event overall is a great event.
Try talking.
I believe overall it's good for the community. Okay? I believe it helps Marshfield and all that. We got a lot of local businesses doing advertising on it. Overall, it's great. But it's not managed. And if it's not going to be managed, we can't have it. We got lucky last year.
Nobody got hurt?
Nobody got hurt. We didn't have a 50-car pileup. We got lucky. Now that I know about it, we can't do that again like that.
No.
We can't. We can't even start the conversation of happening. You just can't. And if they aren't willing to sit down, then, but like I said, what is decided here, the backlash is going to come 3 months from now. So,
I mean, they haven't paid the bill. Well, we can deny the liquor license. That we can do. We could,
If the county gives the permit, maybe we can go as a board to have say that the county, we don't want you to give this permit.
I still can't believe the county can overstep the township in that way.
we have county zoning, so they issue permits.
If the county's not there to enforce the doggone law and enforce how everything is running, why should they have a say-so on whether or not they can beat it?
It's not even the same department.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Carl,
Two different counties.
Carl, you
Uh,
were
two
in
different
charge
county
of the
departments.
fire department when farm tech days were here.
And I threatened to shut them down several times. I told them at every meeting that if I see something that is not fixable within a reasonable amount of time, I'll shut the whole goddamn place down. They looked at me and chewed on me. I finally called the state fire marshal. And he said, if you have any problems, call me, I will shut them down over at home.
And I was at them meetings with Carl.
You had planning meetings though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there were many of them.
But I don't remember seeing the police department there that often, Kevin, were they?
Oh yeah, remember they had the trailer, the FBI, and
Yeah, but I mean in their meetings.
no, Chad was pretty big into that because Chad was a lieutenant. Chad Billup, the sheriff now. Chad was, because he wrote the whole pre-plan for that and everything. So Chad was a big part of that.
But they like to say that they can run everything, not the county, I mean the event people, and they can't.
No. And we can't go through that again. I know that.
So your suggestion?
Well, and somebody from township here should meet with a county official and tell them, this is what we want, or it's not gonna happen. We want it. I want it. My kids loved it. Grandkids loved it.
Yeah.
But god dang it, we ain't gonna have a freaking mess like we did last year.
I'll tell you what, the roads, your
Yeah.
road, that was terrible. I told them it's gotta be one way. They're gonna have to figure it out, it's gotta be
No,
one way.
it was a disaster.
Yeah.
So-
But I mean, they put signs out, you know,
This size.
vendor parking here.
No, I've
This
seen it.
This isn't a sign. It's
I've
not,
seen it.
it's, you know, you gotta put snow fence up around the perimeter and the pond and, you know, and it's, they aren't gonna do it.
I know they aren't.
They aren't. So the problem is, you five need to give me a direction.
Well, if the county's issuing the permit, go to the county. Take all your complaints to the county and tell them if you can't do this,
Then
do not issue the permit because we won't have nothing to do with it.
Exactly, that's what I'm trying to say.
You gotta go to the
It's
county.
not that difficult.
But we don't have that control. We can ask for it, but that doesn't mean that they're gonna not give them the permit. I mean, we can ask.
How much does the city of Marshfield know? Because they seem to be really impressed. I remember reading the minutes for them and how it was so important for tourism for the next upcoming year.
Well,
Do
there's
they
a lot
have
of
any,
business
do
out
they ever
there.
help or comment anything about that?
They just want the money, they don't care about how they get it.
They can't legally have a situation like that, gathering and whatever you wanna call it, a festival, unless frickin' fire department or, police is secure. Somebody has
Yeah,
to
but
be
see,
in charge of that.
The thing is, Mike, we do not have to supply the town of McMillan to do that.
That's
They
what
can
I'm
hire-
saying, I understand that, I
What's the
understand
name of
that.
that other company, did you say?
Safer.
Yeah, because I know Stratford's already turned them down last year.
So if they have nobody to do it,
No,
okay, so if they have nobody to do it, they legally can't do it.
And if they don't have a liquor license, if they
Simple
don't
as
have.
that.
yeah, yeah.
So I don't really see the problem.
I just need them five to,
You get together with the township and tell them this is what the deal is and then make a decision.
So let's make a call to the Wallers.
first, don't we need a motion?
Well, another suggestion, if you're going to contact them, let them know that the township should get paid, and
Yep.
for having to wait, what, almost 8, 9 months? Maybe you wanna put a deposit?
No, I think
No.
they need to be,
Full bill.
they need to pay the whole thing,
Yeah.
they need to sign a contract.
Yeah.
Full
I mean,
bill
for-
prior to any meeting.
this
And if
year.
the meetings don't occur, then there's no balloon fest.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's what,
Who's gonna make?
Carolyn, you get along with her.
I think you
I
guys
don't
should
know,
make,
I've never seen the woman, but I'd be happy to do it because whatever,
That one.
I want absolutely.
I think you need to make a motion first if you're gonna have it or not. So they understand, if you're gonna say we're not having it, they know the motion's out there. Now, what are they gonna do to correct it to have it?
You don't need a motion to have
I don't know. I don't know this stuff.
it. You don't need a motion to have it, you need
So,
someone to
we just
contact
need
them and
a
find out what's
contact
going on.
person, and so, I will.
You're it. And there's gonna be stipulations.
Well,
If they want
yeah,
us.
we'll have that very well documented.
We need to start meeting,
Okay,
like
now,
now, February,
okay,
in the fire department,
okay,
Where they owe money.
where they owe money.
and you know what they're gonna say.
They're not gonna do it.
Then they're off.
Well, the thing, I think they may, but I think that, I don't know, I don't have an idea.
Yeah, didn't
I've
they
never
say
met
they had
the
an
woman.
attorney?
That's what I heard.
Tell them, bring them
You heard
along.
what?
They had an attorney or some crap?
Oh, they do?
Well, that's
She
what
said
Donna
they,
said.
she said they turned it over to their attorney.
Yeah.
Okay, so we need to get all the facts. Okay, we'll get it done. Now, okay, so we'll do it, I'll do it, but I mean, I've got to have lists from everybody of what it is that we can present to them or not.
We need them to come down and sit down with us. We don't need lists from anybody.
Well, no, I think
Yeah, we
that
need them
we
to-
need to know ahead of time, before you meet with them, exactly what we're gonna be asking for.
We're gonna ask for payment.
Yep.
Start writing her down.
And this needs to be done like this, because
Yeah,
come June, there's gonna be a lot of big businesses knocking on you guys' doors.
yeah.
Okay,
So we need payment, we need to sign a contract, regardless of what that ends up saying, we don't know yet,
Yeah.
okay?
yeah.
Payment for this year,
I just got that done,
Payment in full
We need to
prior
see the
to any
emergency
meeting.
response plan.
That was the first one.
yeah,
The what?
The emergency response plan, we
Yeah.
need to see that.
yeah. What else you got?
What else do we need?
well, the emergency
Yeah.
response plan is gonna show parking, weather, everything fenced off, pre-plan. We need to see the email that goes out to the physical food vendors. They need to work with our fire inspectors so they can know ahead of time. These poor food vendors last year, they showed up and they had no clue, some of them, what the inspections entailed. That all gets emailed out months ahead of time, so these vendors should know. Because this year when they pull in, if we're in charge, it's not gonna be like last year where Kevin just took it and said, let them cook, I'll take the blame. This year, if they don't pass, their doors aren't opening.
Traffic control.
Oh,
Yeah.
Traffic control.
Yes, yes.
Well, we'll get a list of that too from the county,
And the training for the people doing the parking.
yeah.
Not the day of. a
They
week
did
ahead
it
of
the night
time.
before, come on now, they sent him an email. Cause I
Well,
know the gal.
we worked on, Carl, for months,
Yeah.
months to get that farm tech. And I do remember one
Farm tech was a
thing
year.
that you told them, if you don't have the salt and pepper shakers on the table like I tell you, you're gonna get shut down.
Basically,
I
yeah.
can remember. So he did not beat around the bush at all. So you've gotta be very direct.
Carolyn, you remember all the closed session meetings of me being direct? I'm happy with being direct.
Yeah, well, that's fine. Yeah, so,
Signage,
okay.
road signage.
Traffic. And Stad will be under construction, I don't know which end they're starting.
Oh,
Next
God.
week.
I don't know if they, well, you figure this is in what month? June? When do they have Balloon Fest?
July,
July.
I don't know when
July.
you're gonna.
That's how,
I already told them up at, the county, when I talked to the sheriff and Andrew up there. They could be under construction. I am not, and if they start, I am not gonna tell them they can't.
right.
And Waller, she had made the comment, she said, well, we could have them delay it. I said, the hell you will. I said, that's a 90-10 grant for us.
Yes, yes. Yeah. Okay, well, if you have anything else, and so I'll see,
See if you can get her to come to a meeting.
yeah,
This is what we're gonna be covering.
By the end of February,
okay.
or sooner.
Well, it's gonna
Am I
be-
good to go?
Let me see here.
Got a date?
Yeah, do it.
Yeah, I don't care if you wanna go ahead. We can leave with it, but now she decided to point, so anyway, that was yours. McMillan Memorial Garden Cemetery. We are going to be the proud owners of the cemetery.
I figured that was gonna happen. Yeah.
I talked to Jerry again today, and he,
Who's your contact? Gary?
I don't know what his last name is. He's, a pastor. The first time he contacted me, he basically told me that we have to take it according to the Cemetery Association of Wisconsin or whatever it is. And then I called Lee and asked him, and he said, well, you can take it now or you can take it 5 years from now. Because that's the way it is. And Jerry said what they were gonna do was lock all the papers in the mausoleum and walk away. So, it actually has, I think he said 9.5 acres behind it. All
Is
right?
that up off the 153?
No, that's over
Book and stationery.
behind, before the area over
Oh,
there.
yeah, oh,
Cornerstone Church.
Yeah.
yeah,
basically on the road?
Cornerstone. Cornerstone, right, church, yeah.
So-
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah, I know where it is,
Cornerstone Church.
yeah, okay.
They did have a buyer, but it was a private person, and a private person cannot own a cemetery. So, it's gotta be a church or whatever. But evidently, I asked him today,
What about a guy that makes markers?
it has to be mowed, it has to be maintained. According to Jerry, there's no money. He said the guy that used to do the mowing there was actually selling plots or,
Grip and drop.
is that who it was?
Oh,
And it-
yeah, I went to the state with this, and
And he
they
ended
told
up-
me that if they go
Is that the
defunct,
guy that,
that we own it.
yeah,
That's what he said.
Yeah.
The state guy.
but the guy that took the money ended up committing suicide, you heard about that?
Yeah, he's,
Yeah.
he was a young guy. Took
When they
all the
couldn't find it.
church's money and spent it all on that, and then went bankrupt, they did. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, they have no money.
So who's got the deed?
I did get the name, I have, because I got connected with all of that business because,
Hanson's.
because people were looking for, they had purchased their caskets and they were inside the mausoleum and nobody knew where the key was and somebody died and they couldn't get their casket, and when they got it, it was all moldy, and oh my God, it was a scene. And so, I finally chased down this one guy, and he took over, but I think he's now passed away, so.
Well, the way Jerry makes it sound is he's got health issues and he had volunteered a lot, him and his wife. And the rest of the people that are on this association or whatever, they're all in their 80s. So volunteering is, you know,
Yeah.
not on their top priority list anymore.
Boy Scouts issue.
It was the minister from Trinity Lutheran, south of town, is who, they own that, but I don't know what, so I'm sure they're still the owners.
Well, whatever,
So-
we'll
So, okay, well, we can find out about that too.
yeah. So I guess, do we wanna continue with this? Lee said you better off take it now instead of getting it 5 years down the road. Because they go lock the paperwork up in there,
Go on.
yeah.
Well, there's gonna be no maintenance done, so all the maintenance is gonna be deferred 5 years. And something simple
Exactly.
turns into a,
Yeah, it can get pretty nasty. So I think move forward as much as we can and go from there, huh?
Whoever owns it, do they pay property taxes?
Not a church?
No, they don't have
Cemeteries
to.
don't, no. No. All right,
We still
The
own
church
it.
move on with that then.
I can see if I can get that guy's name.
I talked to Rita Blinker, and she said that there's 9.5 acres in back that you could actually sell that. She said some of it's wetlands. She says, and then maybe put some of that money back into perpetual care, because it's fun.
You gotta have a rubber guard.
Well, that's why I asked.
I mowed it before, you gotta have a rubber guard.
Yeah, it's been surveyed not that long ago, so, but I don't know. Yeah,
You got criminal.
Okay,
but I'll find out what we have to get from Lee, and then we'll go to Jerry and go from there.
another job for the clerk.
Huh?
Another job for the clerk to sell, plots.
Well, you're gonna have somebody, if we take this over, somebody's gonna have to run it,
Mm-hmm.
you
so.
can do that part-time, Ron.
He says he's got the lawnmower at his place, it's pretty crappy, but he said the lock is broke on the little shed that they have there, so they didn't want anybody to steal it, so he took it home. So I guess that's easier than fixing the lock, huh? Anyway,
Oh, God.
so I don't know what they got, it's no idea.
Do
So
we need to make a motion to accept that cemetery?
we don't get a choice.
Oh, okay.
No, it's the law,
Yeah.
that's what's.
All right.
I just
So
wanted
can
to
we-
let everybody know.
Can we buy a month here to find out what we're getting into?
Well, yeah, we gotta get all the paperwork and
Right.
figure that all out first.
Yeah.
But it's
Yeah,
not a
I'm not-
matter of choice, if you
Just-
can't.
Is that butt up against the city limits?
Yeah,
Can we get them to annex it?
that would be ideal, actually, but you still have to have somebody owning it. I mean, it has to be a.
Yeah, City of Marshfield, Hillside. City of Marshfield owns a cemetery.
Yeah, I know they do.
It'd be just a,
Only
another-
half of it.
Extend-
That
extension.
could be
yeah.
a suburb.
Well, I'm just, they've got the caretakers, they've got everything to,
Well, either that,
Yeah.
or there was a church that did approach him a couple of years ago, and he refused it because he wasn't getting enough money.
yeah, we just.
My thought is, maybe we could donate it to that church, or get a minimal amount.
Is that the
You
adjacent
bet.
property?
I believe so.
They might be interested in, I have a contact over there.
Yeah, so, but getting that out to Jerry, I will just soon get this done if we're gonna take it over, and then make a decision after that. And see if they're interested. Okay, move on. The local small structure improvement program. You seen the paperwork on that, right? Let me see, where am I? We had 5 extreme culverts when Tom did that, inspection.
Yeah.
Okay, and 2 of them were in Delvin, 1 was on Roman. the next one was 1 mile, and the other one is stopped.
My suggestion is we do,
We can go for 2,
right,
so we want 1 mile and stop, that's all we got left.
there you go.
Yeah. So I need a motion.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
You second it, Nicole?
Yes.
Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carried. All right, Nicole, you're up.
So mowing the lawn, last year we had taken in the lawnmower about 3 times last summer due to things that went wrong with it. Thankfully it was under warranty. However, our warranty runs out in June for that machine. So we have the option of either contracting with somebody to do our mowing, keeping the lawnmower and hope it doesn't break, and just budget to make sure that we can cover costs. Last year, I estimated it would have been close to $5,000 to do those fixes. Otherwise, we can upgrade the lawnmower as well and start over. So I don't know what the best path is, but I did get some quotes. Clark Landscaping came in with, for the summer, I estimated approximately $12,350. And that includes the mowing, the trimming, the spraying of the weeds, the tilling of the playground, the sandbox, and the volleyball courts, and dragging the ball diamond.
How much?
$12,350
That's for the park.
for the park. This does not include the fire department.
Fire department on that bid would be about 6,500. It's within the budget of 7,000 that the fire department has for that.
And then Brian, I reached out to another company, so I had 2 quotes. Another company was $13,240, that's Brian's Outdoor Services, and that was for the exact same thing.
And there was no fire department on there?
No fire department for them either. You had a question, Eddie?
You might wanna get new bids if you gotta start taking care of cemetery.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, this
We're not
was
there yet.
all before the cemetery came in, okay, I'll add that.
You gotta replace the lock too.
What did you say?
I might wanna get new bids if I gotta take care of cemetery. So,
Can we,
and then do you guys wanna know what I came up with? If we keep the current lawnmower, I estimated 13.5, just based off what happened last year. If we upgrade it, it would be about 18.5. Because we'd have to take in our old lawnmower and then buy a new one.
Do you have any
I don't-
employees to run said new lawnmower if you get it?
I'm sorry?
Do
I
I
didn't
have
hear
any
ya.
employees?
We didn't hear what you said.
I said, do you have any employees to run that lawnmower if you get it?
There's 5 volunteers right there.
The 2 part-timers from last year, I don't think they're coming back, are they?
I have no idea if they're coming back. They're juniors and a
Yeah.
freshman in college, so
Yeah.
I don't know what their plans are for this summer.
The one that went to Madison,
Yeah,
he's not coming back. And I don't know about the guy over here.
Well, he's big time wrestling or something like that
Yeah.
down there. Well, didn't we say that this was kind of a lemon?
well, our
I
own
don't think
opinion
we
is
should
of
put any
that,
more money in it.
right.
That's my opinion. I think,
So I guess the next question is, do you want to contract it, or do you want to upgrade it?
What have you looked into leasing it? I mean, they lease everything out nowadays,
We could.
You go right around 9 acres of lawn here.
you know?
You would have to get a pretty big lease.
You know?
Chris, how many
I
hours?
mean, then you know your cost all the time.
How many what? Hours are it? Almost 500 on the one that's here.
For 1 year.
No, since you had,
So it's 2 years.
depends
2
on
years.
the rain
Year and 3/4.
and how often you have to mow. But you got a lot of stuff in there besides just mowing.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Well,
there's a whole lot.
It was
So-
11,000.
I think we need to go to.
What was the problems with it that it had to go in?
the hydraulic, the battery, the oil leak, what was the other one? There was
So
4 of them
almost
there.
started on fire.
Yeah, almost started on fire.
Yeah, there was some with the.
Well, there's more.
Electric, I mean, it was, you name it, it was.
But
With a job here though.
You wanna give an offer, Kevin?
For what? No, I got old 85 420s that I'm just fine. I don't know what to do.
All right, what do we wanna do here?
Well, see what kind of money you can get for it, and then put that toward the contract.
Well, we gotta have a resolution.
Yeah, I think it would be easier to contract because it's hard to find employees and then you're working with, you know, the weather as well. I mean, we had great employees the past few years, but it would be easier on us if we contracted, I think.
Motion?
So do we want to accept one of those quotes that I have?
Can we look seeing what we could get for it? Selling it?
Well, we can do that next month. We'll need a resolution to do that.
Okay, all right, I think we need to do that, and then maybe go with,
and then advertise.
contracts.
Yeah, so I have Clark Landscaping and then I have Brian's Outdoor Services are the two that I have. Now, this does not include the cemetery. That came up 10 minutes ago.
Could we put that in the newsletter or not? For a bid or
But
not?
by that time, summer's gonna be here.
Well,
Everyone has like secure.
I'd like to get this newsletter has to be out the 1st of March.
Prices
go up the longer you wait.
Yeah, they ain't gonna sit back and wait for you. You got two prices. They're pretty comparable.
Most of the other guys in town, Steve, it was too much for him to do. Last time we did this, Travis doesn't do it anymore. The one guy we had, I can't remember.
Who's called, Star?
But it's not an option to come back and do that, so.
Thank God.
Was that?
I said thank God.
Yeah, whoever.
That was All Star.
Is that the one that left the
That's the one that
bales?
took us 2 years, well, it's the one that took us 2 years to get the ruts out of the ball diamond.
He was out of town, his dad mowed with a flat tire, so it was butchered.
Jesus.
Yeah, it was bad.
So I moved to go with Clark Landscaping for mowing and trimming and spraying the weeds, tilling the playground for the park area, and then also including the fire department.
Well, you better ask about the bid, the bidder.
She's already got it on her. I already gave her one.
Okay, all right.
We get a second?
I'll second it.
Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Now, sell Casey the lawnmower at half the price of his dad.
Next month, we need a resolution to sell the
I'll keep using
mower.
mine.
Next month, we need a resolution to sell the mower. Alright. I will point to people to the town today, and in your packet from Lee, it states in there that I gave you, that you recommend it, and also the resolution that town today gave us doesn't fit with our ordinances, so we're breaking our own laws.
So what is it, what did you say?
We're on number 10.
Yeah, 20, I know, but where, you said several things, so,
Uh-huh. I said number one, it doesn't follow our ordinance.
yeah, okay.
So how can you appoint somebody or appoint people to a committee? And what are they gonna be doing?
I think we owe it to the constituents of,
That isn't what I asked you. I asked you, what will we be doing in the town of McMillan?
my motion is to adopt a resolution to create an intergovernmental committee to work with the townships of Dade, Cleveland, Green Valley, Eau Plaine, and Brighton for wind energy systems, and I want a roll call vote on it.
You don't get to appoint anybody. That is the chairman's position.
Not to that point. All I did is say a resolution.
Are you copying the resolution that Trin had?
No, all I said is a motion to adopt the resolution.
Okay, well, I'm just asking, because she had passed one out. You read that, didn't you?
Yeah, I heard that.
Okay. It's not gonna be that one, correct?
I don't know what it's gonna be.
Motion to adopt a resolution for what?
To create an intergovernmental committee to work with the townships of Dade, Cleveland, Green Valley, Eau Plaine, and Brighton for wind energy systems. And I want a roll call vote on
All right, I've got motion to adopt a resolution to create an intergovernmental committee to, I don't type as fast as you read.
that. With, and to work with the townships of Day, Cleveland, Green Valley.
And this is just a resolution that you're talking about, correct?
You got
Green Valley.
Eau Plaine, Green Valley, Eau Plaine,
Brighton,
and Brighton.
should have 6 of them.
So how does this go? Well, I guess we got second and first.
Not even legal.
That's why I'm asking, where in our documentation is it not legal? That's why I'm.
Look in your ordinances under committees. And number 1, then you go and, what is it, 66, Patty?
6601.
Okay. Instead of reading just the first line, yes, you can have committees with other townships. We already do. We have contracts that we work with the roads. We have contract with the ambulance service, right? Just appointing 2 people to go willy-nilly and not knowing what the hell they're even gonna be doing? No, that don't follow our ordinance at all. What are they gonna do? I mean, when you sign a
They can
contract
come,
for the
they
ambulance,
can
you
come
know.
back to this board every month and give a meeting. Give a report.
What is the town of McMillan gonna be responsible? What is the town of Day gonna be responsible for? I'm just asking the question, Dave. How much has anybody looked into this?
Just a lot. People have done a lot of research.
What is the town of McMillan going to be doing? That's what I wanna know. That's what our resolution should say. What are we gonna be responsible for?
Giving a report every month and on the
I'm not
agenda.
appointing anybody, just so you know. I
Really?
won't do it. Nope, and I don't have to. Nope.
I think if there was a well-defined definition of what.
I think if it would follow our ordinance, it would help. But it doesn't.
Yeah, because even Lee says it would be very unhelpful to appoint an ad hoc committee with no real direction that may confuse the public.
Mhm.
We're gonna hang separately or we're gonna hang together?
That meeting.
Either way.
Isn't that what?
Why wouldn't we
that
wanna
what- isn't that
cooperate
what
with the rest of the
group that
townships?
we're talking about?
Yes, you are, yeah. Like I told you, Dave, if you wanna go to that meeting, those meetings, go
I
ahead.
do.
Well, you can. You can go. It's just I'm not gonna appoint you.
Oh,
I mean, those are public meetings. Anybody can go to them.
well. Dave, you can be one of them, and maybe somebody in the audience would like to be the other one.
Nobody is being appointed from the town. Because that is the chairman's position.
Why would you not want to cooperate?
I didn't say I didn't want to cooperate.
I think,
Everyone
I
else
think
has
that,
it.
according to the attorney, I'm taking his advice. Did you read it?
Didn't get a copy.
Yes, you did.
Well, I haven't had a chance to read it. If it just.
I
came
told
tonight.
you, and I've told you, and I've told you what he said. Told you 5 times, as a matter of fact.
You have not.
Yes, I have.
Where
No,
is
you
it?
haven't.
Dave, how many times have you called me and
And
screamed
I
at me?
asked for input, Madam Chair.
I'm
and I
not
didn't get
Madam
it.
Chairman. I told you at the last meeting, the attorney,
I don't know where
attorney.
he's on
Let me see. Let me see if I can find it.
Yeah, let me see what you're talking about.
I'll read this one, you got it here.
Okay,
This is, this one.
this one.
Looks like you put that.
So they can't even discuss it.
I haven't read it, so I don't know.
No, I know. I
If they don't make a second, you can't discuss it.
You know what the date, oh, here it is, right here. Sorry.
Something must have flown
It was a
somewhere.
paper cut. It's right
There it is
there.
there, okay. Do you
I guess,
want-
aid for our
do
education.
the
what-
people need to know what this says?
Well, we'd like to know why,
Yeah, what,
what the situation
Yeah.
here and why we can't appoint.
Let's read them
someone.
out here. Do you want me to-
Why are you against it?
Go ahead and read it.
I'll read what the attorney wrote. You asked about a few town questions. The first was about having town committees. Any committee appointed by the town is a governmental body, Wisconsin towns, and that's statutes. That means subject to open meeting law, public records law, and the statutory ethics code for starters. Those issues operate just as they do for the town board. A committee appointed by the town is part of the town with the authority as granted by the town board within legal limits. Committees are best used for additional legwork to support or legwork or support of the town board making decisions. They do not supplant the town board at all. Therefore, committees tend to work best with a limited and well-defined mandate. It would be very unhelpful to appoint an ad hoc town committee with no real direction that may confuse the public. Second, the public records law presumes access to all records. An authority needs a specific
That doesn't
reason.
relate, I don't believe.
Oh, this is something else?
Yeah.
Okay.
So now you know.
yeah, Lisa, well, what was, Dave, what are you trying to do? I'm not asking because I'm trying to set you up for something, I'm asking because I don't know where this is going. What do you guys do?
It's a resolution to create the intergovernmental committee.
For what?
The town board desires to appoint an advisory committee to assist the town board with the work.
And
Now
you still,
therefore be it resolved that the town board hereby creates an intergovernmental committee as an advisory committee to the board. Be it further resolved that the committee shall consist of 2 members appointed by the town chair and confirmed by the town board who shall serve until the committee's work is completed or until this resolution is amended or repealed. Be it further resolved that the committee shall have advisory powers only and shall report its findings and recommendations to the town board as long as this resolution stands. Be it further resolved that this resolution shall take effect immediately upon the passage, publication, and posting as required by law. The town clerk shall post or publish this ordinance as required under State Statute 60.80 Wisconsin statute, passed this day of February, McMillan Town Board, signed by the chairman and supervisors. And it's attested to by the
Supervisors don't
clerk.
sign a resolution. Chairman and
It's
the
right
clerk.
here.
The chairman and the clerk sign a resolution.
The other,
I don't understand what the problem is. I mean, why are you against it? I mean, it sounds to me like it'd be a good benefit for
Well,
us.
number one, it doesn't follow our ordinance, okay?
It doesn't follow what all the other counties or townships ordinances
I don't
either,
care
or
what
what,
they do in their township.
you know? I
No.
mean, why wouldn't you wanna join
Our
everybody
attorney also says,
to do
yeah,
this?
they did say, yeah.
What?
The attorney also says you shouldn't do this. So I'm following the attorney's advice, and that's the way it is.
You'd have to amend the ordinances first.
Exactly.
The ordinance specifies what committees the township has and how they work and what appointments are to them. So you'd have to do an ordinance amendment first, go through the readings and the approval of that, at which point you could then do a resolution to create and have a committee.
And it's about the wind turbines and
Yeah, that's what I'll ask.
that's all you wanted to know, right?
Yeah, I mean, we had to have that committee when we had to hire people before, it just.
Most of the townships within the Hub City Wind Project have agreed that it's in their best interest to work together on this cross-government issue. They were in the process and created their committee and have 2 representatives from each township.
Okay, we kind of
The
don't need that.
committee, the committee is lawful and authorized under Wisconsin state statutes.
And that was verified by John Sparrow, so maybe they talked to him directly again for his comment.
You can talk to whoever you want, I talked to our attorney, our ordinance does not follow this, and I'm not doing it.
He confirmed with his,
You can form committees, I understand that. Not
Change
this.
the ordinance. Change the
So you just
ordinance,
want to
we
make it
can't-
official because you have people that are,
Interested, and I think it lays all the cards on the table and not only listening to the Hub City people and those that have signed up for it, but I think the rest of the constituents, and we've talked about this around and around, 95% plus oppose this stuff. If we don't do anything more than inform the people, that's all I want this.
I'm really curious, when did you talk to anybody that signed up? Did he ever talk to you, Dorothy?
Nope.
No.
Why does he have to talk to anybody that signed up?
Well, he just said that, you know.
Marshall.
No, I'm talking other townships.
Oh,
They've all signed a resolution.
They all have all their resolutions.
And so this resolution is just for information?
Right.
It's just for information to keep everybody on track of what's happening, so that you can talk. So is that
How many
the
times
goal?
has representatives are going door to door now, trying to sign individuals up, large property owners.
they pretty much
There's
have.
been a lot of
everything
pressure,
needed.
and I've been hearing about it.
Anyway, let's move on.
Well, can you amend the ordinance then?
Well, it's gotta be on the agenda before we even look at
Will we
it.
put it on next month?
Well, but that's a real process, because you have to, if you change it, you have to make the adjustments, then you have to bring it in, and then you have to present it 3 times. You know, so, I mean, an ordinance, to get an ordinance passed, takes time. Takes time, so,
Well, does it take as long as it does to just get this darn ordinance done for the
I'm
state?
still not going to appoint anybody by advice of the attorney.
Does it, Carolyn? Is it gonna take just as long? It's been months since we've wanted this ordinance done.
We got 2 of them. We got 2 ordinances.
Yeah, but they're not
I
done.
got them right here.
But they're not done.
You're right, they're not.
Right, so is it
Well,
gonna
actually,
take
they
that
are
many months?
done. We just haven't approved the one we want. They are done. They're both of them are done.
so when are we gonna do
So are the
those?
2, what are the 2? Why are there two of them? Two
I don't
different
know, we're
attorneys?
passing them because,
So who's
I
the
don't
other
know if anybody
attorney? She
has
said she
any-
wasn't getting any
well, you might
response
not,
from
might
him.
wanna wait on that then.
I guess I'm just saying, instead have this, I mean, Heidi's been, they're informed that you're giving her input on the meetings. You don't have to really make it official if you have people that are
Exactly.
already doing it.
Why?
So who wrote the 2 ordinances up? You said there was always only one.
We have Ramsey write one and our attorney,
So
Lee.
you did get in contact with Renzi?
Yes, I did,
Finally.
last June or whatever the heck it was. So we've had them we had him write one, and then we had, our town's attorney look at it, and he took some out and added some. So we have to decide what we wanna do as a board, so.
But again, just reiterate the process of that, just like anything else. It has to be
Mhm.
presented, it has to be read 3 times. 3
No, you
times.
don't read an ordinance 3 times, no.
Yes, you do.
No, you don't.
Since when?
You don't have to, you can look it up. You don't have to read an ordinance
We
3
did
times.
in the past.
So then why does it take 3 months for?
Well, then she
for the
says
ordinance?
it's not that way.
Well, you don't have to read it, it's still a process to go through. the posting of it and everything else, so, because it doesn't go into effect for 30 days, I believe, after you post it, or approve it, and then it has to be posted, and then it's 30 days after that before it even goes into effect. Am I correct on the
That's what I'm
process?
saying, yes, yes.
Okay.
It's a process.
Yes, it is.
Well, if this is just for information, Dave, why do you need any permission at all
He
to
doesn't.
do anything? Just,
He doesn't.
just go. Just go gather the information and deliver it to us.
They'll get a report every month.
All right, next item is employee reviews. We'll put that on.
Oh, maybe it was me, I asked about it because we had decided, at the same time, when we did the others, we said at the end of the year, we would do all the employee reviews.
That's why I put Don and John on for tonight, we gotta start.
Okay, got it.
Didn't
Okay.
you do this already in like September?
Well, they wanna review Randy again, Kevin again, me.
Everybody,
Yeah.
yeah, you need to get some continuity in some of this stuff, you know, so that you don't keep wondering where the hell you are in the process, so. Anyway,
Well, that
we're,
sounds good.
okay, we're.
I mean, we never had so damn many reviews in our life, and we did this year already.
Well, I think we need them.
I don't,
Yeah.
More.
we'll need 'em.
I just don't.
Well, anyway, whatever. We're starting right now, then. We're moving on, huh?
Well, we will be going into closed session now regarding personnel matters pursuant to Wisconsin Stat 1985-1C to consider McMilllan Town employee performance evaluation for the town clerk and town treasurer position. And for our ordinance. For everybody knows.
Yeah.
Was it mine?
No.
I was gonna say, I don't ever remember this thing.
I'm not sure you were on the board.
All right, we're gonna reconvene into open session. Yeah. We went through the reviews and there was decisions made to adjust our budget. And then with the ordinances, we decided we wanted to look at putting data centers into our ordinance. So I have to contact the attorney and that's pretty much it. So I need a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
We are adjourned.
Hey, we finished today.